All right, so we're going to go ahead and kick off with the first round, or with the first match of top 8, which is going to be Symes versus Thea. All right, kicking things off here. It looks like Symes, of course, we've seen Symes roaring through the bracket, showing his net battle medal throughout pretty much all of Swiss, just about, taking a complete sweep through the Swiss bracket. Thea's also, of course, is not a newcomer to the N1GP or its events in any capacity there. Definitely showing Thea's medal as well. We know both of these players are... They're knockdown, drag-out battlers, for sure. We know, of course, that Thea is running Falter versus Symes Gregor. Excuse me. Let's see how this... So, Symes definitely didn't really take his time throughout that customization, so it'll be interesting to see how exactly this turn goes. Again, of course, with everything else, you have the ability to kind of gauge your opponent throughout this, the opening turns, so it'll be interesting to see how this shakes down. Okay, Thea taking his time through the customization here. All right, Thea going into Dust Cross as Symes hits a Race Cross, taking advantage of that extra charge as well. Now, of course, Symes opting to go a little bit more on the defensive for the first turns of the game, getting a little bit of area as well, as Thea says no to that area grab, with Judge Man instantly getting the area back, which is actually a pretty intriguing setup there, right into full cust to turn 2. Symes wasting no time, wanting to take advantage of that Tail Beast charge, most likely. Keeping in mind that Erase also gives plus 30 to all cursor-type chips, so it'll be interesting to see how he's able to take advantage of that chip charge in order to start putting on the damage, and also put some detrimental effects on Thea throughout this as well. Thea taking time in customization here, has to play very, very carefully. Symes, of course, rocking Life Aura there. Thea's gonna have to end up dealing with that aura before anything else happens here. So it'll be interesting to see, is Thea gonna go into Tengu? Tengu is the move, but Symes, like I said, does have that chip charge ready to go for Erase Beast, and all Thea has to do is get a back B off, but isn't going to be affected necessarily by that get-on, as Symes drops that get-on. He blows it away with a back B. Thea kind of camping the back row a little bit, trying to blow away. Now you see that chip charge. It's ready. It's waiting. Trying to blow him away. Anti-damage is up. All right. Raceman's up. Let's see if the cursor is going to end up hitting. Ooh! That wind rack. So Erase is weak against the wind element, so it does do 2 times damage and ends up decrossing Symes there too. Okay. Alright, Symes going into Elect Beast here. Now, you do see that Thea is infected with that HP bug because of the Tail Beast charge. Symes going in for the Judge Man to reclaim some of that area. Windrack to get that last part. Look at a little bit trigger happy on the machine gun there, unfortunately. But that's going to end up clearing out. Symes was in invis status, so that Element Man unfortunately whiffed. Get-ons drop once again. Alright, so it looks like Thea has opted to drop Bug Death Thunder, which changes your charge shot into a Thunderball that does paralyze. It's very, very perilous. As you can see, they're chasing Symes around. He drops Fanfare at the end of the turn. He's going to get that green invis right at the beginning of the next turn. So it's going to be incredibly easy for him to take advantage of that and potentially face tank those 2 Elect Balls that are waiting in the wings. Alright, Alright, Symes opting to think about considering going into Heat Beast. Let's see. The Dutes are in chat as well. Let's see what Thea has in store for the remainder of the turn. How is Thea going to end up following this up? Careful consideration by Thea. You can cut the tension with a knife. Thea going into Tomahawk Cross in order to take advantage of that status guard. Ooh, it's a Giga Paralysis uninstalling the Wood Dragon. That's going to be huge damage. Now, all Symes has to do is land one of these beast chip charges, ends up dodging the Bubble Star to avoid decrossing. That was stellar footwork by Symes. It can't be said enough that that was a really difficult dodge to pull off. Is he going to get the chip charge? He does, ends up decrossing Thea. And as Thea ends up going without the cross, the Bug Death Thunders continue to rain as Symes has one turn that has expired on his beast, and he's able to go into the next. He does have access to Beast Over right now, but it's going to be really interesting to see how Symes follows this up, because Thea is now at an advantage versus Symes. It's going to be kind of an uphill battle. We'll see how he goes. Now, he is opting to go into SoulXCross for this specifically. Let's see how it plays out. Now, Thea is doing a great job of keeping pressure up right now with Bug Death Thunder. Now, the decross in the previous turn was a little unfortunate, but he's probably going to be able to kind of bounce back on it as well. Symes opting for SoulXCross. Okay, Grab Banish is going to fizzle, but it was probably Symes probably dropped that in order to kind of cycle through it. Thea TFC's and Viz. And Symes is going to use some fancy footwork again to dodge the Bug Death Thunders as Thea goes on the defense with Life Aura. It's going to take a solid 200 damage to get rid of that. So Symes does have Windwrack on deck to blow that aura away, but had to blow through Element Man in order to get to it, which is a little unfortunate. Ooh, the Bug Death Thunder. Thea going on the defensive at the tail end of the turn as well. So Thea is still infected with this HP bug as well from the Tail Beast charge at the beginning of the match. So that's going to continue to tick and play in Symes' favor, but he is still at a disadvantage right now. Customization ongoing. Okay. This has been a pretty tight match so far. Both of these players have been utilizing their turns pretty well. Raceman up. Looks like that Eraseman is going to get good value. Now, that was unfortunate whiff there, but it wouldn't have connected even if it did. Now, of course, Eraseman is a cursor type Navi, so it would have gotten rid of Thea's trap if he was on the correct row there. Ooh, gets a counter hit, the paralysis on both, but Symes is able to pull out Proto Man before it ends up, so he gets the full effectiveness, 290 damage in a single Mega Chip. So Thea is in anger status. His next chip that he uses is going to be 2 times, but the Bug Death Thunder doesn't really count towards that. So this could be a make or break turn. See what goes on here. So it is worth noting too, and Shellblade said it in the chat as well, Charge Cross does have a small window of opportunity when you let the charge shot go where you have invisibility, and it's really good to fight Bug Death Thunder. Thea going into Beast Out, which overwrites the anger status. What's he going to follow it up with? It's dangerous. Thea's... This is so dangerous. Ooh, Symes just has access to Kernel Force. He's probably just going to end up letting it rip regardless of Thea's trap. Ooh, ends up getting a clean kill on Kernel Force for there. Symes goes up 1 match for the first round in top 8. What a map. We've seen a lot of Colonel Force kills, of course, and throughout this event. Now, if you tuned in yesterday, you saw that throughout the Swiss bracket, there's a lot of Gregor players in this one. Traditionally, we've seen more Falter players throughout the tournament, but it's actually been kind of alarming how many Gregor players are here. Alright, Symes going back into Erase. He's probably going to go for that aggressive Erase Beast turn 2 play once again. That definitely put in work throughout the match. Now, Thea is opting to drop Invis pretty early here, and has full cust on Reg, according to the setup, so... Let's see here. We got... Now, Groundman didn't fire because of the... Oh, he ends up getting the D-Cross on the turn through the machine gun. A pretty unfortunate setup for Thea specifically, but he won't be able to take advantage of the Dust Cross specifically throughout this one. So, a little unfortunate, but we will see how Thea bounces back specifically on this one. Alright, Symes going in for the Erase Beast for the aggressive play. Thea going into Tengu Cross in preparation for an Aura. He smells it. He knows it's coming. Symes is going to end... Is he going to end up consuming Life Aura for the Beast Charge? A gutsy play! That is a very gutsy play. He ended up burning Life Aura for the Tail Beast Charge because it does significant damage, and Thea ends up using Windwrack specifically to decross Symes and get rid of that, but he did get that Tail Beast Charge in before that turn was over, so unfortunately he is still infected with the HP bug as a result of it. It's not impossible to dodge, but it is super difficult. Alright. Going into Elect. This is the same setup that Symes used last game and ended up playing very, very nicely to his advantage. He can use that chip charge as well. Now, Grab Banish is going to hit, but it is going to end up triggering Thea's anti-damage here. Symes ends up not being able to tank it, but as soon as Thea moves from that, those are pretty much done for. Here you grab on deck. He's going to end up using that charge. Now, this Beast Charge is going to be big. Ooh, ends up getting the paralysis on it, too, for some extra damage. The Race Man's there. Now, it is going to end up paralyzing Symes in this Beast, and so, unfortunately, he missed out on a little bit of opportunity for damage there. Let's see what we got here. So, Symes has to play very, very carefully here right now because he has one turn left on Beast. He can pivot into another cross right now and get some effectiveness out of it. And it looks like that's what he's going to end up doing. Wood Dragon down. Is Thea going to follow it up with a... Is he going to follow it up with a Heat Dragon? Fanfare is down. TFC'd into that. We're going to see the trademark Symes Doot strategy going on here. Ooh, the chip charge is ready. Woof! Anti-damage is down. So Thea was ready for that. Ends up getting clipped by a Bubble Star, decrossing Symes. So he now no longer has access to that cross, unfortunately. But he ends up getting the paralysis hit on the Judge Man and ends up getting harassed by the Gregor Buster. He does have sufficient. Options here. He's just got to play it very carefully. This is so careful. They're just staring each other down right now. Alright, going into the next turn, Area Grab is down. Thea going for Invis. TFC, the TFC chain is so large. Both of them ending up using their both the chips on that deck. Remember that in the TFC chain, only the last two fire. The sword chip decrosses Thea. Get-On is on the table. All it's going to take is one buster shot for Symes to be able to close out this first match in top 8. Is that Invis going to go? It looks like Symes closes it out. What a clean match from Symes. We've seen so much good, solid play from Symes throughout this event. It was amazing, amazing play. if it was really difficult, probably, I don't want to say impossible, but it was really, really difficult for for Thea to be able to kind of bounce back from that specifically. So it was definitely well played on that front. So the as you know or have seen for specifically, the brackets will be up momentarily here. We actually need to cycle the stream for just a little bit, so please be patient with us. We have to get that taken care of so that your viewing experience is not hindered. So give us about 5 minutes and we will be back momentarily.
It's actually really flexible.
It is, and I think that, of course, Salad is also running Super Armor, Custom 2, Fast Barrier, and Beat as well. So a pretty interesting spread. It looks like Salad's Navi Cust is focusing on more towards the HP and utility to kind of supplement the folder rather than building the folder around the Navi Customizer here. On the flip side, Neryth's Customizer is packed to the brim.
Yeah, he has everything. It's he has the custom one. Okay, so this is how he was able to do this, right? Most Greyguard players will usually opt to play air shoes, but here we have Neryth using float shoes instead, and it was the same thing for yesterday, of course, but the difference between the two is you can move over a cracked panel with the float shoes and not break the panel. So it'll still be there, it's just cracked, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas air shoes will allow you to move over the hole if there's a hole there. But since he opted for the float shoes, holes are going to be a bit of a problem for him, especially perma holes, and those tend to appear a lot on random fields, of course, and that could be an issue because now that's a permanent panel you can't even move on. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he deals with this, especially since Salad has, Destroy Pulse and all these Elect Pulses. She's going to be doing a lot of Wind Rack and Elect Pulse combos, and if he can't even move to dodge those effectively, it's going to be a problem.
It is. Now, there are some sleeper chips too in Neryth's folder. Muramasa?
Muramasa, dude.
Throughout Swiss, we did see a couple of instances where Neryth's Muramasa was snuffed by Barrier 200s or even Barrier 100s in some circumstances. So it'll be interesting to see how, if he's able to get some mileage out of that versus Salad. So, are you ready to rock on the match?
I sure am. Let's check it out, man.
Let's go ahead and get it kicked back over to the match view to watch Neryth versus Salad.
All right, so I believe this is Neryth's point of view.
It is Neryth's point of view. Yep.
So awesome.
So it is worth noting too that there are some instances where there are some instances where you can kind of manipulate a little bit where the chips are drawn in your folder setup. So we discussed it a little bit yesterday too. You can't draw a Giga chip within your first 10 chips. So your tag chips that you tag in your folder are also drawn a little bit earlier in there. So you can kind of manipulate what chips you draw a little bit. And I think a lot of players kind of miss that a bit. But
yeah, so for instance, tagging double area grab would set up situations like this where SoulXCross is now in your face and pressuring you with these charge shots. But the fast gauge was actually a really good play from Salad, making sure that slow gauge isn't going to allow Neryth to just rack up too much damage with this SoulXCross.
All right, looking in here now. Of course, it is worth noting too that Salad does have Warp Step right now, and we saw some really, really clutch plays in the Swiss brackets with that Warp Step specifically. She also has Bug Fix on deck, so there's a chance that could end up getting utilized throughout this match specifically. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how she ends up making use of it. But Neryth is definitely keeping the pressure on as of right now, locking Salad into the back row where she can't take advantage of that Warp Step. So it'll be really interesting to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, it's going to kind of mess up her combos just a little bit. If she can get Judge Man and maybe a Wind Rack or something like that, she can get those panels back very easily. But what we do notice is Neryth is switching crosses here, which is important because SoulXCross under a fast gauge is not going to put as much damage or pressure onto the board. So switching to Elect Cross and using these bubbles and charge shots is going to be able to keep that pressure he wanted in the first place. Look at that!
He just saw so much damage on the board right there with that bubble star. Following it up with Elect Dragon. Salad says, no! Get out of my house! I don't want it!
That's the wind rack I was just speaking about. And don't be surprised to see maybe an area grab or two coming up out of her side next turn. Or at least something to try to get these panels back.
It's likely going to either be a Judge Man or there's going to have to be another option that's utilized here because Salad only has access to... Let's see. Yeah, just Judge... Well, Salad also is running J-Code, so she has access to Judge Man and Judge Man SP. So
yep.
there's going to be some chances for her to reclaim the area back unless she can keep Neryth on that back row as well and let that expire. Salad going into Dust Beast here. Ooh, what's a follow-up? Dog Thunder ends up dodging that.
That was so smart.
That was such a... Oh my god! The death miss.
So that was impressive. Salad timed that wind rack not only to try and put pressure on Neryth, but to dodge the impossible to dodge Bubble Star just now, right? That was going to put her in a very bad situation to take that Doll Thunder for that massive amount of damage. But she did end up missing the Destroy Pulse right afterwards, which is unfortunate and very fortunate for Neryth, though.
It is. That's 400 damage. Neryth doesn't have to contend with the numerous bugs that Destroy Pulse puts on deck as well. So it's going to be... That's a huge play. It can't be understated how big that actually is.
We see a Beast out coming out from Neryth's side. He's going to try to do some chip charging, and there's a Judge Man on deck.
Now it looks like
Salad,
Salad opted to get a Recuff 300 to kind of close a little bit of the gap there. Salad's anti-damage is going to trigger. And this is it. Oh, gets hit with the Pulse. That's dangerous.
And notice, that's important too. Under Fast Gauge, those pulses did a pull and did, I think that was the one that was the status. I think that's level 3 Elect Pulse. But either way, it drained time, right? Because of that time drain, Neryth was not able to pump out that Beast Charge fast enough to disrupt Salad. So it was really well timed and very patient for her to be able to put on that damage and keep Neryth from attacking at the same time. Its offense is a good defense, right? Best offense, good defense. All right, just waiting for Salad to make her selection here. Finally makes a change. Tomahawk Cross coming out.
Oh, we see the Elect Pulse Tomahawk Man down. Gonna end up getting the Tomahawk Swinger. Ooh, the Wind Rack pushing him back. Tengu Man is up. This is so... Both of these battlers are just neck and neck right now. There's a Judge Man SP play. Area grab down just to get the extra... to pop the anti-damage there, most likely. It's a safe bet. This is so
watch
dangerous.
this happen just now. We see Colonel Force coming out from Neryth's side. This is going to be massive amounts of damage if this locks down. So, with only your own panels, right? So that's a 3x3 panels. I believe Colonel Force does 560 damage on its own. That Buster is going to try to make up for the rest of that damage, and that Wind Rack as well. This could be game right here if Salad doesn't have some defense to actually stop herself from taking that damage in the first place.
Our turn 6 is up there. Anti-damage down. Neryth going a little bit defensive here. Ooh, Colonel Force is down. Another trap is there, so Salad ended up overriding whatever trap was on deck. Gets a Recuff 300 off to mitigate some of that Colonel Force. If Salad did not drop that Recuff 300, that could have been a deletion right there.
Another big miss from, I believe Salad changed her trap last minute and ended up eating the Colonel Force. I don't know exactly if that was an anti-damage, but that was still huge.
Blast Man for the double damage on the heat panel there. It's going to end up getting mitigated by Neryth's anti-damage there. Life Aura's on deck. Salad ends up using Judge Man, potentially with their Justice 1. Look at the... Oh my god, how trap as well. So, Charge Man's charge shot is counted as a heat element and does trigger element trap. I think Tomahawk Cross's Tomahawk Swing also triggers element trap there. But since Charge Man's charge shot has that window of invincibility right when you let it rip, Element Trap basically just got absorbed.
Not going to do damage.
Yep.
Right. And here's that Justice 1. I wanted to talk about it a little bit earlier. It's basically Salad's pseudo Geddon. At the same time, it's a way to decross Slash Cross, right? Because now all his panels are broken. But remember, Neryth has those float shoes, so he's gonna be able to walk over these panels no problem.
Oh, Sanctuary as well, so it pretty much negates the what went on there.
Exactly, but against a gets
a deep cross and the Elect Pulse on it too. Now that is Neryth is taking half damage on those Sanctuary panels, but that's actually going to be pretty big. Salad is just
this is actually a very big turn. Yeah, we have on deck the Super Vulcan with the plus 30 and the Paralyzed Pill.
Oh my god!
Oh, he connects. Yeah, this is game. That's
I'm
game.
sweating.
That's game. No, this is it. Yeah.
Yep.
Game 2.
Neryth ends up taking it. Now, we have seen Neryth put on some immense upwards of 800 damage in the Swiss bracket with Super Vulcan combos. When you see that Super Vulcan coming on Neryth's end, you know danger is afoot. Going into cuss.
Whoa, wait a minute. I was just talking about this perma hole situation earlier. Now, Neryth cannot step in his center panel. This is going to be a very tedious game for him, trying to line up those bubble stars just to connect and do those double damage with those elect chips. It's going to be very difficult for Neryth on this end.
Alright, looks like Salad going into Dustcross for the ability to shuffle through the folder. Moving into Slow Gauge now. Let's see what we got.
Anti-Navi coming out from Neryth's side.
Oh, he gets a safe bet, the double damage as well!
He gets it off, man. He just made his way patiently and was able to successfully land the combo. He's trading this damage. He doesn't really mind. He's leading in life, so he's just trying to get as much damage as he can. Salad now stepping outside of the center panel. She's going to be unable to dodge a lot of these charge shots. It's going to be like 50-50s, right?
It is, yep. Now, of course, Salad is still getting some good mileage out of Warp Step there. Most likely intentionally triggering the anti-damage on the previous turn towards the tail end of it.
Salad's definitely trying to dust dig for some stuff here, and Neryth not having any cursor outside of that Erase Man right now. It's going to be very important to land that. Oh, we see the Super Vulcan, the Paralyzed Will. That's basically 500 damage right there on its own. And the Beast out.
Let's see how Neryth's going to take
advantage
of it.
Can he land? Oh, beat. Your favorite bird. You hate to see this happen, folks.
Oh, the pulse is what Salad going to follow it up with.
No follow-up. I think that's all she was able to choose for this turn. It's going to be a really, really slow Buster turn. Okay, Warp Step being very useful here. Trying to get these mind games. Just not to take too many ping shots from that Buster. A Super Vulcan coming on deck.
I'm sweating. You see it coming. It's like a meteor. Not quite just this one meteor, but it's still like... Oh, God. I love Super Vulcan as a chip. It's so nice. But the way
Neryth is going to try to use the Wind Rack to confirm the Super Vulcan. Is it going to work out for him? He has to get the drag effect. If he doesn't get the drag effect, it's not going to work out in his favor too much because she can easily move right after. But if she gets pushed back by the drag, by directly being hit, I believe Neryth will be able to land that Super Vulcan. And that's not even factoring in any defenses that Salad might be carrying in this turn. And her own beast jumps to dodge it. That's... Whew. This is going to be a tough one.
It is. I think, of course, okay, starting out the turn with that. Ooh,
there it is!
Full Coast ends up getting anti-Navi off of that. And thankfully, well, that Blast Man is going to connect because you can see the lock-on reticle. Salad was on the middle panel there. But anti-Navi's a sleeper chip this tournament, too.
Yes, anti-Navi definitely came into play a lot during this tournament. And it's been doing Neryth and a lot of other players really well. Anti-Navi is definitely a sleeper chip that people don't often take. I'm not sure why. It's hard to predict what trap they have when they use it. Like, you don't know exactly if it's an anti-sword or anti-Navi or even an element trap, right? But because they're so rarely used, people just always assume, oh, what a nice combo coming off of Salad.
The Pulse of Salad taking full advantage of that. Look at that Beast Charge. It's so threatening.
Oh!
He's like, look at me.
She waited for Neryth to line up that Beast Breath.
Neryth's like, look at me. Look at these jaws. Oh, closing out with a Buster Shot as well.
She knew what Neryth wanted there. She noticed that he wasn't shooting, right? And she also noticed that he was trying to move to his forward front row so that way he could use the elect breath. Just knowing that, just seeing that on the screen made her know, okay, I can sit right here and he's gonna come to me. So I can use this Erase Man and just guarantee my game right there. I don't have to play footsies or any mind games, so I know what he's exactly trying to do.
That is absolutely correct there, and both of these players are no stranger to fighting each other in brackets here, but it's definitely... Oh, it's always interesting seeing these players go head-to-head here. Neryth going on the defensive, starting out with Life Aura, and Salad warping around the panel. We got permaholes again. Ooh, okay, if Salad didn't have Warp Step there, that would be a little problematic.
And once again, we see some pressure coming up from the Slash Cross, but not getting that center row is what matters so much, right? Because Slash needs the center row to be able to maximize his damage output. This way, Salad can just use the Warp Step and go up and down and completely avoid any charge shots coming out of Neryth's end. There goes those bubble stars, but Neryth refuses to take it.
This is so tense. Symes actually puts a good point out there that Justice 1 pretty much flat out can't be used here. It has no effectiveness because it only hits that center panel and it's a permanent hole, so it's just completely useless. Which is unfortunate.
That's definitely unfortunate for Salad. She's not really a fan of Geddon, and of course Justice 1 has the added ability to defeat Slash Cross, but because of not that perma hole, it's just not going to come to play, like you said.
And Life Aura too. I think Justice 1 is 240 damage if I'm remembering correctly. So it is an aura buster.
If it hits
on
directly,
everything.
right? If it hits directly, it does 240. But if the explosion parts of it only does like 100, I believe, and it's normal damage.
Ooh, the Elect Pulse is so dangerous.
It really is.
The Giant Fist.
The Justice 1 coming out. We're gonna see the biggest swish. It's like playing basketball, right? And you just shoot the ball and it's gonna go right in the center and hit that hole. It's a nice swish, but it's not the swish you want.
Oh, it's so imposing too with that shadow on the field.
Yeah, for sure. Slash Cross is just, I don't know. Anti-Navi coming out from Neryth's side here. He's gonna try and protect himself. Oh, the double elect pulse!
It's so
Sounds
strong.
like I'm gonna test if that's a. Oh, she dodges the bubble star too.
I am amazed. So we didn't see a hit marker on that bubble star. I don't think that bubble star connected to Salad.
No, it completely whipped.
Dang. So with some fancy footwork there on Salad's part, she was able to completely dodge that bubble star on top of everything else. Look at that. It's going to be good. Bubble star's on deck. What is Neryth going to be able to follow it up with the pulses going down? Ooh.
Those bubble combos are just being completely disrupted because of the placement of the perma hole. It's really hard for Neryth to find his footing here. You see what I did there? Because you can't step on the hole.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. The odds are, I believe that Neryth, it's a little wraps up for Neryth here, simply because he has that perma hole in the center, right? But despite that, he's still able to rack on a ton of damage and is putting on a great amount of pressure. Neryth being flexible with what he's been given and just attacking the best way he can. Again, whiffing. Completely unaware where Salad is. Oh. He does have some information, right? At the end of the turn, Salad lost her beast form, which sends a ping on the screen. So now he knows that Salad is directly in front of him. But the problem is she can move, right? So you don't know which way she's moving.
It's dangerous. This is dangerous.
Oh, and the beat! Oh, man. Unfortunate for Neryth. He's going to lose that Mega.
I think he may have centered his turnaround knowing that he was going to end up losing that specific Mega Chip, because we did see beat in the previous game. But this is... Oh, ends up getting the D-Cross at 1 HP. Oh, the Buster Shot. Oh, this
getting
is so
hit
dangerous.
Twice. Not only being D-Crossed, but getting hit by twice by the Boomerang because he stepped forward. Unfortunate.
This is going to be do or die this turn. Neryth just does not have any defensive options on deck right now. It's going to take one Buster Shot. Hub batches up. We are able to see where Salad is there. Blows him away. Anti-damage is up with the defensive option. This is so dangerous. It's so dangerous.
It's just one ping. One ping and the game's over.
Oh my god, Neryth has Kernel Force on deck as well.
This is very dangerous for him, right? He's just standing right in front of Salad. I don't like that. Like, all she has to do right now is press the B button and it's over. What is it gonna be? Bug fix finally comes out. That means Sally can move into that center row. Will she be? Oh, is he gonna be there in time?
It's one. Life Orb is gonna end up stuffing that Kernel Force directly as Neryth ends up using the Beast Charge. That's
he made it to the next turn though.
I can't.
Okay, he made it to the next turn. He doesn't have a way to get rid of the aura though because of. Oh, yikes, dude. All right, so he has to hope to chip charge something to clear the aura, and then he has to mount off an offense of some kind. I don't see this. Whoa, okay. How does he get rid of that aura? Oh, he's gonna try to break panels. All right, Erase is coming out. Obviously, he's gonna do nothing to the aura. Salad has Hub Batch, so the holes don't matter to her anymore. There it is.
Ends up closing it out there specifically. Now, that was... We have seen Neryth throughout this entire event, honestly, just surviving these insane conditions with as high octane as that match was. It's actually pretty impressive how long that they were able to survive with this, what I can only describe as Super Saiyan action going on throughout this net battle with these lock-ons.
For sure, dude. It was really intense, but that aura at the end there just locked up the game. There was really nothing he could do about it. Not having Cross available anymore meant that the Lightning Dragon, the Elect Dragon rather, is not going to be able to break the aura. He had to chip charge, which is already unsafe because Salad drew the Hub Batch. It was just too many things stacked in her favor. It was impossible at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very good match, though. Neryth is an amazing player. Clearly, he's in top 8, so no shame there, taking an L to a good match, man.
I think that we have, like I said, we're no stranger to this matchup specifically, but both of these players are using setups that they're finely tuned for the playstyle, and seeing both of them clash is just it's wild to see, honestly.
And you know, the center panel was very inconvenient for Neryth, but it was inconvenient for Salad too. I mean, not in the same ways, right? She has Warp Step, so she can hit only the corners of her map anyway. It wasn't like she was gonna be having that center row unless she stayed in the center the whole game, which is not really smart because, you know, you're gonna get hit by a bunch of charge shots. So she was gonna move out of there anyway, so she lost that area. So it didn't really impact her game as much, but it did nullify Justice 1 and maybe some beast jumps, like, kind of, I guess, because I don't know, but it was the field was much better for Salad than was for Neryth, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, who do we have coming up next, man? What's up?
Next up is going to be playerzero versus luckytyphlosion, but give me just a second.
You know, now that we actually have some time, I do want to kind of talk about quickly syncing up and doing online matches in general. A lot of people at home obviously see the stream and how fast-paced the matches are, but the realistic thing about it is sometimes there's lag involved. Any online game that you play has lag involved, obviously, but because our players are from many different countries, different states, we're not close, right? We have some Eastern US players here, some European players, a couple of Asian players, And it's just the range of our players and where they live it's really massive, right? Now, because of that, when you link up to play those matches, there's obviously going to be lag involved, right? So,
all right, recording is back. Let's see, test 1, 2, 3. Okay.
we back on?
We are back here. So now let's take a quick moment to look at the setup for our next match, which is going to be playerzero versus luckytyphlosion. Now, both of these players are run. I actually really like luckytyphlosion's setup, and I'm a little bit biased on it because I also run G-code. But Lucky is running a G-code folder, so he has access to machine gun Gs, which can be leveraged to hit uninstalls as well. Lucky also has access to Wood Dragon, which can combo into Heat Dragon in order to get double damage, and it kind of zones in as well. So it looks like that's primarily what Lucky is going for, but G-code and Gregor is really interesting. Yeah.
It's also worth noting that the Wood Dragon, people usually carry like a white capsule, so that way they can confirm the Wood Dragon and Heat Dragon combo. But he's not playing any, from what I can see here. So he's just going to basically rely on his opponent waiting around on that panel, and then surprising them like, hey, the Heat Dragon's here, and doing that double damage that way. But you don't need the white capsule, right? It's basically there so that way you can like confirm, but it's not necessary. You can wait around, especially if they only have 2 panels of area to move around on anyway, so those dragons are going to hit pretty much guaranteed, unless they rare occasion where the opponent can just step forward and dodge. But
yeah. Comboing
the
that
reason I bring up,
he has 5 area grabs too in the folder. 5.
Exactly.
So he has no problem leveraging that at all. You're right.
So it's gonna be in his favor. Those extra grabs are also gonna promote the use of. Wait, is he not? Oh, he's playing Gregar. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's also going to promote the use of SoulXCross there. So he's trying to put on tons of pressure. And you can see that there because he has it regged and tagged. So he wants those grabs ASAP. Also, later in the match, he's going to be able to chip charge those extra area grabs he has.
Yeah. That is actually a really good point. Plus, and like I said earlier, when you tag chips together, you draw them earlier in the folder. So the fact that they are regged and tagged, he is most definitely shooting for getting the area grabs as quickly as possible out of the folder to get that advantage early.
I was talking to Disco before about tags and how they work, and they typically land in the first 14 chips you draw. It was something like that. So you realistically see them by sometimes turn 1, but sometimes as late as turn 4 or 5, but that's still really good because you're consistently seeing those 2 chips together earlier in the match, right?
Mm-hmm.
playerzero over here is playing some interesting stuff too. L code, very good code. Grab Revenge Z's in his folder, but no Sanctuary Z, luckily.
So playerzero is running Grab Revenge Z, but I want to call out specifically, he's running 3 Bubble Star L's and an Elect Dragon. So it looks like with playerzero running Falter right now, it looks like PZ is, and we've kind of seen a little bit of the action in the Swiss bracket as well. playerzero is opting to take advantage of kind of locking the opponent in order to kind of get extra plays off of that. So you've got Magnums to get rid of traps,
area and traps. Another thing about that too is the crowd control is going to allow him to control time, right? Mm-hmm. Essentially, it's like a little time machine in your hand. You press the button, they get locked down, and you can breathe for a little bit, right? Especially in like a fast gauge or a slow gauge turn, it's going to be valuable to burn as much time as you can, especially when faced with like /cross suppression, which is going to probably come up in this match. Mm-hmm. I don't know if playerzero is going to use slow gauge in this matchup, because of how much pressure Lucky's going to put on with all those area grabs. But we'll see exactly how it turns out. He may chip charge them more than anything, especially since both players are playing. Oh wait, no, Lucky's not playing slow gauge. That's interesting as well.
Yeah, Lucky running G code specifically seems to be really zeroing in on aggression. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as we get ready to jump into the next match. Speaking of that, are you ready to fire it up?
Let's go, Landy Hardy.
All right, so players are kind of taking their time through customization here now. We're seeing this match from Player Zero's perspective, so we see some of the L code magic drawn in the opening hand. The Grab Revenge is kind of an unfortunate draw, but it looks like PZ is opting to go straight into Dust Cross for that shuffle ability. And I do want to also call out that Player Zero also has full cust regged. So usually the move, if you really don't want your opening hand, is you can just Dust Cross, full cust, and then you can draw the next hand. Right.
I also like the fact that he's holding on to the Bubble Star and Elect Dragon. I believe setups were open for this tournament, right?
They were. So
he knows he's playing against Greyguard, and he's going to try to save that combo for the Charge Cross and or the Heat Cross, right? Also, because he knows his opponent's playing a lot of area, he went with the Grab Revenge first because he knew Lucky was going to try to make that his opening play, and he gets the Tengu.
He ends up getting double damage on that Tengu specifically as we head into custom for the next round there. So that Tengu, like we said previously there, when in a TFC chain, you can get hit by both of them, and they both do double damage in addition to decrossing. The decross doesn't happen until the screen dim goes away. So it'll be that was pretty solid value out of Player Zero.
Very solid value, yeah, and he even held onto his his full cust there.
All right, Lucky is still customizing there. All right, Lucky going into Elect Cross now as Slow Gauge is up for Player Zero, and following it up with Bug Death Thunder, the Gregor trademark play.
There it is.
Ooh, now, unfortunately, that ground man needs to connect to the back row and have a clear shot in order for it to get the panel drops. So, unfortunately, it hit that whole panel and it just kind of whiffed. But if it connects, it does damage, but it's more effective if it actually has a clear shot to the back row in order to get those rocks coming down the crin crack panels and put on some extra damage, too. Lucky is also rocking the bugs, specifically to... let's see. Oh, are you going to see the Heat Dragon follow-up? Looks like Lucky wasn't able to execute the Heat Dragon follow-up.
Unfortunately.
So it's going to be a little tight. Lucky is going to have to either beast out or charge cancel. So it'll be... This is tricky for him.
Yeah, he's going to want to try to get out of that paralysis, right? So the cancel's definitely incoming. We don't know exactly what he's going to go with, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he only really has two options. He either can cross-cancel or he can beast out of it. But the problem...
I think that Slash is coming, right? I think the Slash is actually going to come out here.
Mm-hmm. You think Slash... I think that would be good. Now, it's up to Player Zero to either prepare or read from that.
He's trying to make the decision of whether he wants to go for the uninstall here or not, and what he wants to attach the uninstall to. He ends up holding on to that mock gun, and he's going to try to decross it for later. Oh,
that static is going to be so... He
might have time to step out. He might have time to step out. Oh,
he ends up getting uninstalled, too, on that. So that... Like, static has an interesting property. Based off of the number of the bugs that you have in your Navi customizer, the effectiveness of the chip changes. So becoming a 2x3 hit is the way that Lucky's customizer's targeting ends up getting clipped by the Bubble Star as the Bug Death Thunder connects at the same time, getting double damage off of that.
Double damage. It's really rough. Bug Death Thunder, definitely a solid chip. Very good Giga. Allows you to change all your charge swords into these balls of death. Ooh, you can't dodge them all. It's really difficult. Oh, and there we still have uninstall on deck, right? Playing against Greyguard and getting that uninstall is gonna be really good for him. playerzero, is he gonna opt for it though? He decides not to. He's not taking the uninstall. But he's deciding whether or not he wants to take this full cuss. He wants to try and maybe burn a turn of the Beast Cross. Yeah, that's his plan. He wants to burn a turn of Beast Cross right now and put a little more pressure on Lucky. Maybe trying to hurt the inevitable corner force play coming out of Lucky too.
I think that playerzero is going to have to play extremely carefully for this next turn, right? So we know that Lucky has the ability to leverage a couple of different options. It's a Wood Dragon, Heat Dragon, gets a double damage off of it with the G-Code Wombo combo, and we are seeing the Bug Death Thunder pressure continue from playerzero, going on Invis, trying to get a little bit of area back, Lucky ends up getting clipped by the Bug Death Thunder. Probably a little frustrating.
Yeah, because Lucky went for that Elect Breath, he was literally a sitting duck. Oh my! And gets clipped by the Pulsar again! Yeah, it's not.
Oh my god.
playerzero trying to strategically run from the fight when he's still ahead. It doesn't work out in his favor though. Because MegaMan refuses. But it is what it is.
This is dangerous. So
I mean, there's not much Lucky can do, right? If playerzero even goes into a cross this turn, which he is, he's actually beasting out. All he has to do is press his B button, right? As soon as the game queues back up. It's gonna be... Yeah, I don't know. I don't see this ending well for Lucky at all. Unfortunately.
It's one shot. One buster shot's all it's gonna take.
It's just one button press. There it is.
Oh!
Oh! The grab revenge! Oh, Element Man. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Later.
Oh. That was a strong, just set of events towards the end of it.
I really appreciate Lucky not trying to give up on the play, too. You know, he was like, you know what? I have 1 HP, but I can still make something happen. I'm going to try to go for some massive damage here. Very strong showing for Lucky, man. Alright. We see that uninstall coming out from playerzero side. Oh, people are trying to use the clip, but they can't clip, unfortunately.
I'm trying to...
Element Man coming out. Lucky responds with the anti-damage. Not going to take the double damage. Ooh. Nice. There it is. Uninstall successfully lands. Lucky just chip charging away chips. I think that's kind of a mistake there, right? You usually want to chip charge chips away when you're in a cross, so that way you can at least have an added effect, like maybe in a race cross. Might have been more valuable to hold on to those until he actually got that cross he wanted. Not sure though. I'm not sure what his hand looked like. He maybe needed to burn some chips out of his hand.
I think so. That makes the most sense given the current situation. I think that's more than likely what he was going for. All right, back up.
We see this life orb coming out from playerzero side. Okay. Maybe trying to go for a confirm with the vacuum pull. He wants to guarantee this. He wants to guarantee that this Tomahawk hits, right? So the pull will pull him forward. That'll put him right in the range for it. Yeah, absolutely. This is actually going to be a pretty good turn for playerzero, as the Life Orb successfully comes out unhindered. Fan's gonna come out, and there it is. Oh wow, unfortunate. If Lucky just waited a little bit longer, he would have got that anti-damage in time for Tangy Man to... very rough. And Static whiffing because he was so close. And because of the holes. Oh man, yeah, Lucky can't do anything because of the uninstall. He's actually stuck there. We might see some beast charges coming out from player 0 on this turn. There's a lot of chips in his hand that he can just burn away freely. Let's see it. Is he gonna go for the change? And there's the Bug Death Thunder. Dust digging is so good, man. No change? Opt's not for it. Okay. Bug Death Thunders are fine though, because obviously Lucky can't move, and the Life Orb is actually gonna just get eaten up. Oh, the Wind Rack, nice. Gonna claim some area.
Ooh, it's so dangerous. The aura's gone.
Yeah. The aura's gone, and now Lucky can... the super armor's still there. Lucky needs to hit uninstall of his own if he wants to be able to interrupt those charges. But I don't know how soon he'll be getting it. Especially since there's no dust digging available to Gregar, it's gonna be harder for them to adjust their hand freely. It's interesting, actually.
I think so too. I mean, we have seen throughout this match specifically that Lucky is really, really putting on some substantial pressure right now versus PZ.
Yeah, but the tides are almost turning because of this Bug Death Thunder, man. Oh, clips! Yes, very nice. Gets the clip on the machine gun and the grab revenge, taking back all this area. Heat Dragon's gonna unfortunately whiff. And there goes. Area grab, you're locked down to 2 area.
Ooh, with that Bug Death Thunder is creeping in.
Yeah, very nice. Lucky's dancing is really nice right now. Ooh, the footsies.
Fancy footwork.
Oh, the footsies.
Oh, he ends up getting
gets
clipped, unfortunately.
Yeah, he gets clipped. Okay, you see, what was really dangerous about that was player 0 had so much advantage. What he really wanted was either Lucky to dance forward so he can use that chip charge, or the Thunderball hitting so he can use the chip charge anyway, and that would have succeeded a D-cross on that slash and double damage while mounting on the pressure from the Thunderballs. So that was almost incredibly dangerous for Lucky.
Uh-oh. Hello.
Are we offline, dude?
We are back. Reconnection
we're
is
back?
up. Yeah, the stream is still up right now.
Oh, nice.
I have failover, so hopefully this will be able to kind of clean it up.
Are we live right now?
Yes, currently.
My face one. Alright, hopping back into the match. Colonel Force coming out from Lucky's side, trying to get some damage in there. Invis coming out.
Hang on just a sec. It looks like sync video's down. Is the video up and showing for you?
On sync video, it's
Yeah.
been showing. I actually see it.
Okay, you do? Alright. Alright, we're back. There we go.
Nice. Whew, lots of issues. Sorry about that, folks, but we're back right into it. Don't worry. We got tons of Battle Network action coming your way, despite the difficulties.
Okay.
Lucky trying to go for something here. A little bit of a Hail Mary, but
It's gonna be not enough there as playerzero ends up closing out that match specifically. So that was all considered. It's really I can't understate how amazingly both of them played, especially in the Swiss bracket going into this. But playerzero knocks luckytyphlosion into the losers bracket here. Speaking of the bracket, let's take a look at who is advancing on in the winners side of the bracket.
you know what we should do, dude? When we do the bracket showing, we should get like a little anthem that plays, like maybe the boss theme from like Mega Man 8 or something.
Oh, or the one from BN4, like where.
Oh, sure, yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, so moving on to the next round is Symes beating out Thea in the first round of winners. Haru unfortunately did not show, so Malex advanced off to the next round. Salad beat out Neryth to advance, and playerzero beat out Lucky to advance to the next round. So let's go ahead and take a look at the setup here for the next match, which is going to be Symes versus Malex. But before that, we have a bit of a shift change, so give me just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the delay there. We are back here, and we are actually shifting commentators here. Joining us now is Disco and Toph.
What's up?
Hey.
What is up, Disco? So this is like NorCal commentary, right?
Yeah. OG.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome. So we got 2 Greygars. One of them's running standard attack stuff. The other one is a strange A build. I'm expecting this to go kind of in positive for the attack build for Greygar. That's on the left.
Yup. Hang on a minute. I'm also like,
kids.
I'm not seeing the sync video actually play for me, so this is odd.
Oh, you got nothing. Yeah.
I got
Okay.
nothing.
I'll just go. So Malex doesn't have shoes, and one of the biggest things in Greygar, if you don't have shoes, you get get-ins, and then you die. So what we just saw is that happen. He took about 400 HP from the machine gun, and now it's free buster stats because salsa damage. So coming up with Life Aura. Looks like he's going Life Aura straight into Erase Beast.
Alright, and I'm good now. Okay, great. That was odd. Yeah, okay, so...
A lot of pain.
Yeah, this is Symes on the left, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, sync video was kind of glitching out for me.
I think that his only air is air spin, so that's also going to be real painful.
Okay.
Oh, he's got wind. Okay, cool. That'll take it out. So one of the cool things actually with wind, the way it shoots out gusts is predictable and timed. So if you're like really quick on your feet, you can actually dodge all of it. I had a match yesterday where
Like you can kind of time like how you're moving with the wind, right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like little staggered.
Yeah, you can keep your life aura while you blow it up. It's pretty silly. It feels shitty when it happens, but hilarious. So round 3 or turn 3, we're already seeing over 1,000 damage difference, and I expect this is going to be the turn end. It's really tough to win a battle when you've got no buster stats, especially as Gregor, because like that's your bread and butter.
Right. And how many turns is the because I kind of hopped on the sync video midway. How many turns has the beast been out? 2 already, right?
So it's been out 1. This is 2, and then it'll start. This is gonna be the second turn. He just did 1 round of erase.
Okay.
Erase is so hard to dodge. It cuts through everything. Technically, you can step it, but not so much.
And tell me more about also like because Symes' deck is pretty area control heavy too, right? So
that's his. So one of the things you see in Beast Control that's hilarious. just hold B to win. Yeah. So one of the things you see a lot in Beast Control is pretty much every single like chip they use is for an effect. So he runs too many area grabs, he runs too many banishes, and that's like intentional because if you have
and Judge Man, right?
And and win racks, and like he's just like I'm gonna rule the field,
right?
Because if you get the slash lock, you're gonna win, and if you lose slash or slash isn't reasonable, then they all become just beast fodder, which you're gonna win.
Right. So each slash is how much damage again?
I think it's 160. And
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It comes out, the charge is actually faster than blink resolution, so you can 100% keep that up, and it works out to, I want to say 1.2 damage per frames or something like that. Like it's super, super high. I think the only thing that's higher DPS is Tengu Lock, which is very difficult.
Yeah, makes sense. This has been like a ton of damage from the Electman already.
Yeah.
So ideally, Symes would want to like kind of area control all the way to the back and get the fanfare on the back row if possible, right? But I guess he's just got so little area to work with right now that he's just happy putting it down.
It's a no buster stats folder he's playing against, so there's not a lot of risk. Like, what's the guy gonna do? Like camp in front of his trumpet and just die? Like,
right. And that's kind of the unique thing about this tournament too, is like, you guys haven't been running the format for very long, right? Where everything is open, you know what their stats are, you know what, or stats always been kind of on the table?
No, this is new. This is the first time we're trying it out. We did a Blue Moon, which was a like a weekly tournament, but this is the first like serious match.
Got it.
I like
the
it
first
a lot.
major.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like Seems kind of nice. Like you can actually read what your opponent might have based on what's actually in their folder, based on having to, or rather than having to speculate, I suppose.
Or having somebody play them earlier in the tournament and then
Right.
cheat
Oh
later.
yeah, scout it out or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always been issues with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a really good lesson for Gregor guys. If you are running chip damage, you need to have a lot more chip damage.
Or you just run out.
Yeah,
Because
like
he's
so one of the
literally
things
just
that,
getting button to death.
yeah, one of the things I found, if you're trying to play the tempo game and not run buster stats, you need a lot of like decrossed elements. And A-Code is great for that. Like A-Code does have a lot of decrossed elements, but like he hasn't been able to. Oh, that was cool. Reflector is fantastic.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to decross anybody so far. So maybe you need more cust size. Maybe you need chip shuffle. Maybe you need like to play Falter.
Right.
Really,
And
It's a rough
to
thing.
kind of contextualize this for like people, because this is something that's pretty common, is that like, you know, obviously Gregor is going to have higher damage in terms of your crosses, just like without using chips, whereas Falzer kind of has more utility, so you're relying more on chip damage. But so this is rare, right? Like, I guess it's like more of a unorthodox thing to be a Gregor player that's relying on chip damage instead of buster
I
damage.
see it. Yeah, I see it a little bit in Japan because they have the Symes Gigas.
Yeah. They have like the different
Symes
format.
Gigas. Yes. Well, no. Even with if they do, I think it's seniors or something. I don't play. I don't know. I think they're seniors and masters. But they have a format that is our version, but it has access to the Japanese only chips, and so their chip damage actually is a little bit higher. They have Double Beast. They have Gregor, which is like an 800 damage Giga or something like that.
Oh,
and they don't
wow.
need to play it. It's stupid. So sometimes you see people just do like chip shuffle with charge, which is like a pretty reasonable thing. Sometimes you see them just dig for stuff.
Chip shuffle with charge. Yeah, got it. Makes sense.
Oh, this is going to be disaster. Yeah, he went for the Q-Force.
Oh my god!
that
Right before the Q-Force came out, would that have killed?
That would have been a win. Yeah, that
That would have been a win, right? Oh, that hurts.
That's 90 times 6, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably close.
Yeah.
540.
And again, sorry, I didn't catch the beginning of the match. Did he get uninstalled, or is he just not running air
No
shoes?
shoes. No
No
shoes.
shoes. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. He's got Super Armor, Bug Stop, and Custom 2.
Wow. Okay.
I think that he... Yeah.
Jeez,
1900
I feel like
or-
dropping the Colonel Force there was like, how does he win now? He can't, right? It's like
Well,
really
yeah,
rough.
he better have another Force to use, right? Like,
Right. So this is just gonna whiff if this happens.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
That was insane.
I think Rush is really good for Gregor. I don't use it all the time in Falzer, but I think it's really good for Gregor because it synergizes with Q-Force. Not that it would help
Oh,
there,
I
but-
see. Rush would be, and just simply because, like Invis would dodge off Q-Force.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he running beat? I did not actually get a chance to see his folder, so.
Yeah, let me actually send you so we can talk about it smartly.
Yeah,
I'm
let me
gonna
pull
put
it up.
this in.
Super interested, and also for the next match.
Yeah.
So
I'll
this
put
is double
see-
elimination, by the way. So that's Symes sending. Was that Malex to losers?
Am I okay to send this to Twitch chat too? They can see this. They should be able to see. Okay.
Dope. Yeah, so people can kind of check out what they have. And we've got the folders and Navico's builds for the next players coming up too. So it's going to be Salad and playerzero on the other side of the bracket. So that was like a Gregor ditto. So this is going to be a Falzer ditto, right? Yeah, here we go.
Who's it playing? Salad versus playerzero.
Salad, playerzero,
So this is-
yeah.
This is a really interesting setup. So this is DDT, which is one of the most common like Falzer builds.
Right.
Super reliable, easy to do. He's doing a BDT variant, which is only single giga instead of the hub BDT.
Right.
And then Salad is playing some really weird stuff. This is no buster stats, and it's pure. There's an old style called Beast Rush, where you go Beast and then you try to just combo people as much as you can during that Beast time. But then
Interesting. So that's like the like pulse. Yeah. I played with Salad a little bit the other night, and I feel like I got hit by some of those Elect Pulse combos.
Yeah, and then goes we got Hub Batch for a little bit of passive damage, and then just hoping like traps stick. It's really cool to see. This is actually my favorite favorite folder of the tournament. It's just very interesting to play versus and play as, and we'll see how it does in the matchup.
Mm-hmm. Is this the kind of like thinking about it, right? Like Salad's build, to hit those Elect Pulse combos, are you kind of relying on like the jumping towards them with the Beast, or
yeah, it's very hard to dodge. I think that you need to have only the backward step will dodge it. I think forward and
sideways
up and yeah.
And
so
the thing too, though, right, is like once you're out of Beast, you don't really have, because you don't have area control, you don't have a way to kind of get in their, because you need to be in their face to hit with Elect Pulse, right?
Well, so actually you can use Tengu. There's a cool thing with Elect Pulse 2. It happens so fast. Yeah, and it stays on the field. So you can Elect Pulse 2 and then back drag, and they'll get hit by Elect Pulse 2, hit the drag effect where they're stunned for a little bit, and you can just follow up with whatever.
Oh, wow. So you actually do the Elect Pulse first, and then you do the back drag.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's silly.
Interesting.
Now, the downside for that is if you miss your back B, you've wasted your whole combo, right? Because so not everybody hits back B 100% of the time, especially online on lag. But in theory, when we're all perfect, fantastic combo.
Right. Yeah, that's wild. So for player 0, is the win condition just kind of like weather the storm? Like for player 0 to win this, like, if you can kind of get past the Elect Pulse combos, if you can get to the end, like if the match drags on long enough, that's when it starts to become player 0 favorite, essentially.
Options for BDT in general. So if you had Warp Step gives you 2 directions. Any movement you do with Warp Step, if you're at a +0 area, will dodge the Beast combos. But he doesn't have Warp Step because he's using Bug Stop and Full Cust. So the upsides for this is Salad doesn't have any traps. I think you have a Race Man. So that's fantastic. There's no traps. There's no uninstall. But player 0 doesn't have hubs, so there's no get-in. That's great.
Right.
Player 0 has a lot of this is going to be honestly like a hard match for Salad. I think what Salad wants to do is wait until player 0 goes BDT. Before that, she's just digging along with him. Once he goes BDT, she wants to Beast combo and then interrupt as many of his charges as she can, because every single one of her Elect Pulse, Wind Rack, Destruction Pulse, all that stuff, that's going to reset his BDT.
Oh, I see. Right, so you can just kind of stuff out the charge, like just taking advantage of how long it takes to charge each individual ball.
Yeah. Hub Batch gives her Beast charges too, so she could, in theory, hit with like Tengu Charge or something if she Destruction Pulse. That's all the weird stuff I'm seeing here.
What do you mean by Hub Batch gives Beast charges?
Oh yeah, so Hub Batch maxes out your Buster stats, and Beast charges run on Buster stats.
So it's just like a huge buff to them, is what you mean? Yeah, got it.
I mean, Falter Breath is, I think, 390 damage if all of it hits. It's just
my god.
I kill you.
Yeah.
One of the other things sometimes you'll see versus BDT is people will try to catch with Ground Beast, because it not only will hit for 380, but it'll destroy the BDT. So like if you can line up and hit.
Oh, and just charge it.
Just charge through it, yeah.
Charge down the Thunderball, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so Plug Death Thunder. Yeah, BDT is and you're saying kind of Salad's gonna dig along with player 0. What is Salad doing kind of in the meantime? Just trying to stay ahead in terms of damage, I suppose, because like player 0 is a little more reliant on BDT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You also can do shields because you have Hub Batch versus BDT if you wait until the uninstall happens.
Okay.
Shield stuffs it pretty hard in no lag. So this is a little bit of a laggy game. I'm not sure who's going to be playing. This is all the way from West Coast to Europe, so we got a long...
Wow, okay.
Long tunnel.
Player 0's from Europe.
Yeah, I think we're looking at like probably 200 ping here.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start the video. Starting. Oh, pressed it. There we go.
All right. Okay, so going into it.
Double fast barrier. That's going to be pretty obvious for both of them are doing Dust Dig, which we already saw their build, so obviously we know they're doing double Dust Dig. They both have full cust. If I was player 0, I would save my full cust for when Beast comes out.
Interesting. To try to get rid of as many of those Elect Pulses as possible, perhaps?
Yeah. Well, you don't actually kill the chips, but you kill the Beast turns.
You kill the Beast turns. Yeah, I see. Right.
We'll see if that works.
Right.
We'll see if he's thinking. Some people get stuck into like a pattern of play, especially if you're playing Dust Dig, and you like forget what all your options are. And does he have beat? I didn't check that. Player 0 doesn't have beat. Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
So
whatever
set
Navi
the full cust.
Yeah.
Small misplay, spent the full cust. We'll see if that hurts him. It might not even matter. But we see Blastman, we see some grass. That's always very nice.
Yeah.
I think only. Yeah.
Now for Salad, it's time to start shuffling, right?
Start shuffling up. Yeah, I think the only cross that player 0 actually cares about is Dust in this matchup. There's not a lot of holes.
Right.
Eventually, he's going to want to go T-Hawk, but not before Dust Pulse happens because Dust Pulse goes through T-Hawk.
Aha.
And that's all the weird stuff.
Dust Pulse. I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there's actually the reason why that happens for viewers. The way status effects are coded normally had to be changed for Destruction Pulse because Destruction Pulse actually applies two different status
Two
effects
different
at the same
statuses.
time. So that. Yeah.
And Toph uniquely is supposed to like make it so that all status elements don't hit you, but it does, and it's like the only thing that does.
Because
right?
it doesn't recognize it as a status effect. It's like, oh, this is something weird going on, and like.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That is wild. And right, so neither player has air shoes, right? Because I guess you're kind of relying on the Beast to like.
Correct.
So this ton of Elect Balls potentially here. So yeah, it looks like Salad is actually going to Beast out.
Lucky timing because she just lost Dust, but she pulled into Destruction Pulse.
Yeah,
so that's
just when she needed it.
I think we're gonna see. Oh,
like,
she's gonna wait for the second turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
is this like a little bit of a mind game here?
So I think what's going on is Salad wants to have a reliable, like a reliable shot on the Destruction Pulse.
Right.
So when you beast, it uses up a chip slot. So she wants to do a full 5 chip slot. She needs to clear the first barrier, which is a chip, because she has warp steps, so she can't hit it.
So, so there's 2 reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was good. That was a smart play. That
makes sense.
Yeah. What I would do here, I would lead probably with anti-element because it's gonna stun him because he's BDT.
Oh.
And then I would go Destruction Pulse. We'll see if she saves that. Yeah, that makes sense too. That's a fine play. Saves the anti-element for not a beast turn.
How would P0 avoid the?
Well, first of all, he has to beast out, and he has to do front back steps, which is what he should be doing. Okay. So what I would have done, I would have charged that.
Ooh.
Charged the. Oh fuck! That's a. Oof.
That's rough.
Oof. That was bad. Yeah.
So walk me through what happened right there.
Okay, so Salad dumped the first chip to try and go into Windrack, right? Because he's got Life Aura out. That's why she did it.
She wants to Windrack the Life Aura away, right?
Yes, but he had BDT out. Her timing was bad, and she basically just hopped onto the.
Did it
BDT.
Did it interrupt the Windrack so that the Life Aura stayed? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
So then the Destruction Pulse was just used to remove the aura, and it doesn't apply any of its effects.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Jeez. Yeah. That was super unfortunate then. All right.
Oof.
And this is also going to be like I think one remaining beast turn for Salad here. So.
Yeah, and he's got 1800 HP. This is like. Oof.
It's just so much. Running out of Elect Pulse chips too.
Yeah, and he's at +1 area. So the more area you get, if he gets to +2, her shield basically won't be helpful anymore because you can do point blank BDTs, and she has to start trying to predict on shields.
Yeah, and that you can't react anymore, especially not West Coast to Europe, right? There's just no way.
Yeah.
Like it's a tall order as it is. Out of curiosity, is BDT? I mean, so it sounds to me like BDT's the kind of folder that if there's more distance-based lag, it probably becomes better. I'm assuming.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that it's, I think, more successful for us than it is for Japan. Japan uses it a lot.
They're all
Yeah, but you can do everything. And what's happening here? Is she trying to just win on time?
How do you win on time? What's the?
So there's 15 rounds,
Mhm.
and after 15 rounds, whoever has taken more damage loses. I think she's behind on damage right now because he blocked.
Taken
not
more
100%
damage.
sure.
So it's not
Yeah.
like who's like literally taken more damage, like even considering recovery and things like that, or just like who's
Correct.
got less health.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, so far, good
Um,
job dodging the BDT
Yeah.
shots, but now it's gonna
Works
start
up.
getting okay. And she's got more
Um,
anti-damages, so it's like she can kind of
Yeah.
stall this out a little bit.
You also can use ground charge from the back row if you.
Yeah.
that's
She
hilarious.
needs more area though. Okay.
So
that
if you're ground charged in the back and you sidestep a BDT, right before it changes angle to go up towards you, you can duck because you like drill underground,
yeah.
and then BDT will go, oh, there's nobody on the field, I'm just gonna leave.
Oh,
and
that's how that works. Because it tracks you for. Does it go away otherwise, or do you need to be gone for it to go away?
You need to be gone, or if you are client side and you invis.
Oh wow!
So
wow.
Yeah, the way that BDT works is it moves left and right once it is on top of you. But what it considers left and right, like the order it chooses for that, is different between client and host. So
That's incredible.
If you're, we're seeing. I would go ground here, but you're right. You do need. She needs to do something because I think she's done 200 damage versus him. I'm not really
I
tracking
don't
a
feel
whole lot.
like he's like recovered really. It's just kind of been. I mean, it's been excellent defensive play, I think, right? From Salad.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that there hasn't been much
Okay.
offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so is Hub Batch at this late, of a stage in the game? What is it kind of going to do for her?
Gives her shield.
Okay.
Shield. Yep. See.
That's good.
And then also she has Buster Bug 3.
Oh,
I think.
another grab. Say that again. Oh, Buster
Oof.
Bug. Yeah. Okay. So she can
Buster
just
Bug
kind of start
3
mashing B.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something.
Yeah. It's a lot of damage. I think you earn about 70 DPS if you're point blank.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
he
there
can-
goes the
he can just-
anti-damage. The shield was a little preemptive. Yep. That was good. Looked like he tried to bait out the shield and then punish it with Bubble Star.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there.
Yeah.
He can't.
'cause,
He
like,
can't step back.
Right.
If you
right,
Bubble
right.
Star first, she can mash out, and if you Bubble Star second, I think the Bubble Star was just gonna be damage. So normally you Bubble Star from the back so that you can line up your hits.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
So it but if he takes a step back right now, he loses all that area.
Mhm.
So now she has to clear the anti-damage.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
no.
So that was
and
some
she
damage.
loses.
And she
she
doesn't
loses
have
her-
shoes, does
Yeah.
she?
Not anymore. No. Hub gave shoes. Now she lost shoes. So I think she's
How did she
probably
lose
gonna lose
shoes?
this round. He just uninstalled with Light Dragon.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, the
Oh,
little
that's
sparkly
so nice.
pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I expect this is not recoverable.
Right.
But it is going to still last probably another round because BDT just takes a while.
Just takes a while. Did the shield get uninstalled too, or does uninstall not
Yep.
remove shield? Oh my god.
It,
Okay.
It removes everything but undershirt and cust and support programs.
Oh my
I think.
goodness. Okay.
Somebody,
so she
I know
gets her
somebody
area
on
back.
Switch. Yeah. And has no more chips now. So we'll see.
Is there a reason she waited that long to to kind of do the Tengu?
I think that she tried last turn with Windwrack and he blocked
see.
it.
I see. Jeez, and that was a That was a ton of damage. Not much left to do here.
So,
Alright, so this is another answer for BDT, right?
Yeah, yeah. She's behind on damage, but he can.
Oh.
Oof, that's it. That's game.
Oh.
Technically she can mass.
Yeah.
Maybe. Nope. That's it.
No.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, no. And now he can just bust her down, right? Okay, yeah. BDT connects anyway.
Get out of here.
Wow. Grueling round, honestly.
Yeah.
There were okay, so if that uninstall didn't hit, right? That was kind of the game-changing moment, right? Because Salad was looking pretty good up until that point. I think.
But you got no area control on Salad's folder besides Judge, and he stuffed Judge by friend happening, and then she's at -1, so you can't like dodge Elect Dragon. In theory, if you're a mad
shield
god,
it if you're like if you super
yeah.
protect it, but like how are you gonna
also
know,
warp
right?
step it. Yeah.
How do you warp step? Oh, I see. You go to the bottom and you jump to the top, but
Yeah.
wow.
But it's not realistic.
Right. And you can't do it on reaction, especially not with the lag. So okay.
Correct.
Well, let's see if she can get destruction pulse to work this round.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been if D-Pulse hit, she would have won that round. Like it was close enough on damage. Because not only is it the 400 damage hit, but then you also have the bug that it applies.
And the poison for the rest of the game, and that was such a long round, right? That like that poison would have just really built up.
Probably at least 200 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like she's trying to just kill Dust right now.
What are the most common ways of doing that? You want
So all she has is Erase. The only thing she has in her folder is Erase.
Okay.
And that's a little bit of this is a hard matchup for her. But for the most part, the shield is gonna answer. Oh, and step down. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Awesome timing.
I love watching people like train the opponent into the wrong position.
Right.
Oh, you're safe there. Right. I can't hit you. Oh yeah, I can.
Boomer. Okay.
Low slow on the boomer, but it was an okay boomer.
Yeah, it was an okay boomer. All right, so this is most of the destruction pulse. I mean, she can go for it now, right? She might wait a turn the way she did last time, but I guess there's not as much to do. Okay, yeah. I see.
I think what she might try to do is put it towards the end of the folder, just so that she can like use it while he's distracted doing D-pulse. Maybe that's a lesson from last game. We'll see kind of what she's... Oh no, she did choose Beast Out. Okay.
She did choose Beast Out, yeah, so... Looks like the decision here is like... Okay, so yeah, D-pulse is going to have to wait a turn.
Yeah. She's going to be bubbled. Here comes the Erase Man. And... Oh, no. Maybe Erase Man was friends of Beat. He forgot Beat existed. But that's okay. He at least killed Beat with his...
Right.
For his BDT. It's super embarrassing when people throw BDT to Beat. There again, this is kind of sad when people, I mean, not like sad, but like it's demoralizing when you lose a chip to just walking into BDT.
Yeah.
So we've got just a standard, yeah,
it looks like it's time to go for it.
So and again, yeah.
And again, prefacing it with the win rack in the event that Life Order comes out, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So the correct play here is to...
Maybe not.
Interesting. I would use anti-damage, then win rack, then destruction pulse, and I would wait for the BDT to drop to use the win rack. And if that connects, the rest will connect. And
because they're kind of locked into the animation.
Yeah.
Right.
And you aren't worried about getting stuffed by BDT in that situation, because if it triggers, it'll be triggered for the entire Beast Rush, so you're like safe. And if Wind Rack connects on anti-damage, then Destruction Pulse will catch them when they fall. Like it's just 100% connect.
Right, got it.
Which it looks like that's what we're doing here. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. And so the D-Pulse hits.
Yeah.
And now you're just kind of biding time, right?
Correct. You got a little bit of blind. You're not in a bad spot. And
how long does the blind last?
Too long. I think it's I think it's a full turn,
Wow. Okay.
but this is a chip that I'm not super familiar with. It only really started like entering meta again recently.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, because it seems like it's kind of it's like a higher skill sort of like like style, right?
Well, you need a lot of like folder size dedicated to it, which means you're kind of locked in what you can build. Like some people were just running like one of each pulse, but then that's kind of like hard to do.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, it seems susceptible to like stuff, right? Like, I mean, actually, neither of these players, like for example, running even like get in. And if they just kind of like, I don't know, if they're playing Gregor and they just get their Q force before you get your combo set up, right? You're just eating a shitload of damage.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Is he really not running Geddon?
I don't think either of them are, right? Or maybe he...
What the heck? playerzero, you're not running Geddon. What are you doing,
I could
guy?
be wrong.
He's got
I've been wrong
uninstalled, but no
before.
Geddon. You're exactly 100% right. We see another thing here that playerzero was correct to do. Go in T-Hawk. You no longer get interrupted by any of the pulses, so that's very positive.
Makes sense.
And then he can heal on the grass. So
and it's like a race. It's like 569, 570, 571, 570. All right, so now...
so one of the cool things about grass heal, this is not important for anybody. The lower HP you are, the slower you heal on grass.
The lower HP you are, the slower you heal on grass?
Yep. So they got really sad that people were doing the HP tanking with undershirt. I think in like Battle Network 3, and they were like, no more of that. So they took all your fun toys away.
Ah, I see. So you're just like you'd undershirt and then you'd HP heal up, so you keep getting hit back 1-to-1, and okay. So that doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah. Also, obligatory shout out to the chat. Yes, that is 420. Yes, blaze it. Okay, cool. We said it.
Yeah, with the grass too. So.
Yeah.
Man, it's funny seeing the life countdown while while playerzer's on the chip select screen.
I actually really wish that there was more of that in the game. Like it's fun to see how long people take to like pick their chips.
Pick their chips, right? Yeah, you're like, all right, well now I guess he knows what he's doing. Be crazy if you made reads based on that. Like oh, he picked his chips really fast, so he must have, you know what I mean? Something obvious. All right, so Element Man here. Okay, just going for panel break.
Stay in the back. It'll go away. Yeah, correct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that was. I think she... Oh, it was just... That was weird.
If Heat Knuckle connects on the grass, will it end the...
It's not Heat Knuckle. You're thinking of... That's the PA you're thinking of.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
And
right, because she's running up back. What am I saying? Yeah.
That is my favorite PA. Just two big old hands slap him across the face. You're dead!
Yeah.
What do we got here? So, there's this might be winnable.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Step forward.
Yeah.
Life Aura. Does she still have hub? Yeah. Okay. This is fantastic. She has to clear the anti-damage though. If she clears it, oh, she's going for the no. Mistake.
Okay.
Had to go for Buster there. If the Buster had hit, or if she'd been looking for Buster instead of the win back, that might have been a win. But yeah, I think this is done.
Wow. Man.
It's a hard match. The lag makes it harder, and especially when you're at negative area on BDT, your brain kind of enters this like microwave room where you're just like crawling through BDT.
How did she get uninstalled again from the dragon? Yeah. So that's always going to be like kind of that just plays. It feels like that plays so nicely with like the whole concept of like area grab and then just kind of BDT pressure because one they're uninstalled so they don't have shoes anymore. And then that was the Element Man, right? That broke the panels, and then it's just kind of lights out at that point?
I think that, for the most part... So that's almost good. playerzero has no swords.
playerzero has no swords, yeah.
He can't punish people going Tengu. So I don't think the the panel locks are really that strongly done. He does have Magnum singular. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like it. I don't like the uninstall, but he won, so I guess it's correct. Because
if you go
treat things.
Just kind of right, results. At the end of the day, right? Yeah, because what's the concept there? Like if you with Tengu, in theory, you just kind of they take your
walk over holes
back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the area control still matters, but it's not Geddon. So Geddon stops Judge, and Magnum and Elec Dragon don't stop Judge. So he's not really protecting himself there. He's got 3 area grabs, which is pretty standard. It's not really a strong area folder. I would have rather him lean farther into area, or farther into holes.
So it's kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, he's winning, so.
Right.
Are we just jumping on the next? Let's go over the next round. Do we know what it is?
Yeah, we definitely have
so
winners finals.
Symes. Let's find Symes' folder. Oh, we already talked about it. That's the.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, player server Symes, and so I was playing a little bit of MegaMasterX this week with some of y'all, right, and kind of running Symes' folder. And yeah, I guess tell me about it's like a really standard Navicust, right? And
yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of flexibility in this world because there's a ton of utility in the chips, right? There's not that much chip damage, right?
You got machine gun. That's your damage.
Yeah.
You also have the 2 SPB navies. So one of the things that B-Code has
and you have Q-Force, of course.
Yeah. B-Code is machine gun 3, which is fantastic for any type of dust dig. Dust dig is really popular in Falzer, and it cleans that up. It's also good in general if you get an uninstall. He doesn't have uninstall.
Why is machine gun step back from him? Why is machine gun so strong against dust dig?
It's a cursor. Cursor kills dust, and
okay, my brain was all over the place. I was thinking for some reason machine gun 3 was break. No, yeah, okay, so it's cursor. That makes sense.
So it does 2 things. So one of them is it's machine gun in general, but the other thing is the higher level machine guns move faster and deal more damage. It's not just damage.
So really harder to dodge, right?
Yeah. A lot of people will do machine gun star splash. I do that in BDT sometimes.
Okay. Star splash refers to what? I'm assuming bubble star into.
No, sorry. Star splash is just asterisk code. So you just throw in one machine gun because your folder is all over the place.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's actually really important for dust dig because dust dig, unlike shuffle, has to only dump things of the same code. So when you're running dust dig, the more fluid your folder is, the faster you can get through stuff.
Makes sense. When you say same code, can you still mix stars with the letter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Star is all things. All hail star. I'm gonna start the round, I guess.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of saw. So I mean, I guess we'll see it, but so we kind of saw what player zero strategy was there. Running this BDT build. Yeah, I guess talk me through what Symes is primarily looking for, because we've coming out of a Falcon match.
So Symes is gonna pretty much just go a race beast at his leisure. Does player zero have? Let's see. I think player zero has a couple wind racks, but he has to basically do the beast. He doesn't have any setup for it.
Okay.
Let's see his wind rack count. Hold on. He has one wind rack, singular, and he has one Tengu man. So if Symes camps the top corner and just steps forward and backwards, it's very hard to hit him with any of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he also can just walk around and hold a TFC. This is a very, very aggressively stacked match in favor of Symes, because player zero doesn't really have any trigger counters at all. He doesn't have Geddon. He has to use one of his 2 magnums and hope that he's not at negative space. He has to line up the magnum, which is hard to do in lag again. This is not as bad as the previous one, but this is East Coast of Europe, so we're probably looking 100 ping.
Sure. I love that you have the numbers ballparked for various distances.
I've been playing too many matchups.
Yeah.
That's actually something I do though. When I first play somebody, I'll ping their IP and I'll try to figure out like how much of a delay I have to deal with. It's not 100%, but
just to kind of know. Yeah, makes sense.
So he didn't choose. Okay, that's a mistake. There's a tactic you can do with Dust Egg where you try to full cast second turn. Yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna cost him here. It's gonna.
Wow. Okay.
What you want to do? I guess he didn't have machine gun. That wasn't bad. So what you want to do is you want to pick full cast last. If the turn goes south, you can dump all your chips and get to full cast as fast as you can. But if the turn doesn't go south, you can not pick chips round 2.
Yeah.
But it went okay for him. So again, success is what determines. Oh, he's got lead HP. Wonderful.
Huh. Exactly. Yeah. We had 420, and now we have elite.
Yeah.
All right. So P0 here. So yeah, I guess now he's using his full cust. I don't really like. Is it still kind of as valuable, or you can kind of still do the same thing?
This is ideal because he's potentially disrupting a turn of Beast.
Right.
But again, he wants to do the same thing because, he got outplayed just now.
Right.
You never want to, when you're trying to play those kind of like killing a Beast turn, you either want to do it the turn after he Beasts, or you want to do it as a choice where you don't have to use it. And so I think that was a bad decision, but not a big deal. Hasn't found BDT yet.
Right.
Has found uninstall. Should probably no. What do you don't do the slow gauge. Do the uninstall.
Interesting. I guess.
So he's
holding on to it.
He's gonna try to. I don't know.
What would he uninstall with? Right. What would you attach it to?
Both probably. But I guess it's fair. I guess it's fair to go a more reliable turn later. He's trying to. Oh, that's bad. So what you just saw was the faster your attack speed is, the harder it is to back B. And when you go Beast, it has very fast attack speed. So people oftentimes have trouble. Like that was a good read by playerzero. It just was not performed.
Oh, and he's got full synchro.
So the idea was to suck up the object and shoot it at Slash, which I think is his only out. He doesn't have. Yeah, this is a really hard position now. He's not uninstalled. He can't go Tengu. He doesn't have any area options really whatsoever. Because Symes has about twice as much area control as playerzero does. And now if Symes just takes a step forward and camps with like anti-damage and life aura and stuff, he wins by Slash Lock. Doesn't even have to go Beast.
Yeah, does P0 even have like a reliable way to get his area back here?
No.
You want to hit a win rack.
He does not.
Ideally, I guess. How many win racks is he running anyway?
He's running 1.
Okay, so that's not.
It's really tough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Let's see if the Symes have a. Symes has got nothing.
Yeah, and I mean.
So you also can, in situations like this, if you have no answers, you can wait out a life aura. I think it lasts 2,000 or 3,000 frames, like 2 or 3 slow gauge turns.
Okay. You said 2 or 3 slow gauge turns. Okay, so quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite some time.
But it's not auto lose.
Right.
He's gonna have a hard time going Tengu, which is what he has to do.
Yeah.
He can also just go BDT.
But BDT, I guess BDT can kind of force Symes back a little bit, right? To get some of his area back, because like eventually you want to move away.
So he'll take one step back.
Right.
Then Symes will either take another area grab to refresh area, or I guess playerzero can wait for the area to time out.
Just by itself, yeah. Before trying to make him step back.
Area also lasts for 2 slow gauge turns. It's a little bit different. I don't remember which direction, but it's not permanent if you can't hold it.
Yeah, you gotta like stay posted up.
Okay, that's good. This is all the things that these guys want.
Yeah. All right.
But he's got a and he's got machine gun. Okay, that's cool. That's something. Throw it, and then it's an invis. GG.
Anti-Navi, wow. Jeez.
And that will kill you.
That is insane. No way to survive.
No. He's got a little bit. He can go
anti-damage.
He can go spout.
Okay.
Spout will give him HP recovery on all of his water chips, so that'll stop charge attacks.
Okay.
But all Symes has to do is go Elec or go Beast or Q-Force.
Yeah.
There is a Magnum though, so like he does have options. Magnum. Yeah, it's not unwinnable.
It's not unwinnable.
But he's got no Magnum here, so it probably. Yeah, he just tried to stuff that. I would have stepped up, but it doesn't matter either way. He's got no. Yeah, this is GG.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Jeez. And he's just gonna wait out the.
Yeah.
Invis.
Just hold in the back. Yeah. Bye bye.
Right.
That means Symes was client. Client does have a little bit of a input disadvantage. We think it's been hard to prove, but yeah.
How? By the way, Invis, which lasts longer, Invis or Geddon? Or is it like about the same?
Getting it, I think, is 600, and Invis, I think, is 300 frames.
Okay.
I might be wrong on that. If somebody in the chat wants to say I'm stupid, welcome criticism.
And that's like part of the reason that was such a dicey, situation, right? Is like the Invis is just gonna run out before.
Well, these are reasons we do double giga as BDT, because if you don't have shoes, you kind of just get abused by stuff.
Yeah. So
right now, if
double giga, you like
goes,
hub batch with BDT.
Yeah, with BDT, yeah. So the common thing that we see is when you're doing dust dig, anyways. Look how much damage that is. 300 damage from a machine gun. If you're going dust dig, anyways, you might as well run into bug fix. You might as well run into hub batch. You might as well run into BDT. Like, there's not really reasons not to. The reason not to is you are afraid of like bad hands.
Yeah.
But you can achieve so much more. So we see something pretty similar here. We see Volcust, we see Tengu Man.
Yeah.
But he's at +1 area, which means even if he does a Tengu pull or something like that, Tengu Man won't hit. Plus, he's fighting against like as stally as you can get of Gregor, so he probably has invis or anti-damage or anti-navi.
Or anti-navi. I think.
Yeah.
Right. Is Symes running both?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right.
Oh, so it's only 2 anti-damage and 1 anti-navi, so he still only has the 3 counters to it. Plus invis, so 6 counters.
Plus invis, yeah.
I'm being told that I'm stupid. It's 360 frames for invis, and
Broken
he
panels
then
are 10
says...
seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were close.
Yeah. Can't win them all.
Yeah, can't win them all. So Tengu Man whiffing there.
It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard. You have to... If you just hold back, there's no stun for wind, so you really have to be almost frame perfect, which is, again, difficult in lag.
Yeah.
Not that this is super laggy. Like 100 frames is pretty reasonable, or 100 ping, not 100 frames. Holy shit, it was 100 frames.
Yeah, 100 ping is not too bad. 100 milliseconds is not too bad. 100 frames is
yeah,
lots of.
It's 1500 or something like.
Yeah. So he's gonna.
So he's
gonna use Volcust first and potentially BDT next turn. Is the idea here just get like a little more air control?
He doesn't either. Oh, and he's got the life aura. This is wonderful. He's gonna. Oh no, miscalculation.
Oh wow.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
What's that?
So, you see how he didn't get pushed because of Grab Banish?
Yeah, that was because he life for it, but I thought it was TFC.
Yeah, there's a weird... I have to go back and look through that. After this... After this, we're going to go back and look at exactly what that interaction was.
Okay.
But
it seemed like the life aura came out before...
Yeah, life aura happened... Was it... I thought he took damage. I don't know. I'm all kinds of... My brain's discombobulated. But
wow.
it will never knock back. Okay,
yeah,
so Salt says
that
it
is
doesn't
wild.
knock back. So he's in a great position here, though. He's forward.
Mhm.
He's got BDT.
He can uninstall
If
him?
he just... Yeah, if he just camps forward and use the BDT. Use the BDT. I don't understand.
He just wants to cycle through... I mean, I guess you can... Is he just want to, like...
He wanted the
wants
Tango control. Yeah.
Okay.
But the downside there is BDT is a different code. He has no attack damage, so even if he does do Tango control,
Right.
I think that's a mistake. He
Interesting.
thinks he's playing hub. He's not playing hub.
Huh. So, that would have been a good idea with Hub, because you... Like,
Do more
don't
damage.
mind...
But also,
Right.
yeah, the grab banish hit, so he can't do footsies with Tengu.
Ooh.
I think these are play mistakes.
Interesting.
Oh, he was at +1 on the banish. Okay, I get what was going on. So banish only resets panels that have already been taken. So if you do a grab and it changes your area,
Right.
banish won't take effect until it's cleared out. Same with judge.
I see. Okay.
This is a rough turn though.
It is. He took a lot of damage.
And I think Symes hasn't even shown Q4, so he's been playing with only half of his true power.
Right. Right. That's like... That could still just end it, right?
Yeah,
Especially
he's 130. Yeah.
How little health he has. I'm... Like...
Yeah.
I'm astonished that... Would you not want to... I mean, I guess I don't know how important is it to hit the uninstall in this particular... Like, against what Symes is running, because when he had him backed into the corner, right? Like, wasn't that a pretty prime opportunity for him to go for, you know, Dragon uninstall?
Would have been good. There's not a lot of things to punish uninstall.
But I guess, like, how
Yeah.
important is it to Symes that he doesn't get uninstalled?
So in this match, there's only 3 chips that really bother him. Elect Dragon doesn't do a whole lot when he's at this much area.
Right.
Magnum will do stuff. Magnum, like a center Magnum, would stall. A center Magnum would be 3 BDTs, I think, so that's 600 damage. But it didn't happen, so...
Uh-huh.
Oh, Fanfare is so abusive in this matchup. So, yeah. Okay, well, he messed up his steps, but...
Oh, because you can... I
Fanfare
see.
against... Yeah, and the guy's got no buster stats, so he can just, like, camp in front of it and not care.
Right. Well, how do you... is it possible to guide the BDTs away from the Fanfare, though? Because right there, it just got destroyed.
Yeah,
I see.
He
And that's
he
what you're
got
supposed to
excited.
do. Okay.
Yeah.
Did he put the Fanfare in the right spot? Because I feel like putting it in the middle like that, doesn't that make it likely that, you know, the BDT is going to hit it? Or no?
No, so that's actually where you want to put it, because if you put it in their area, they can just point blank BDT, which is what he would have to do in this situation.
Okay, so you put it in the middle. Right, that makes sense. And then,
Yeah.
But then you're just like kind of...
He should have just eaten the BDTs. He should have just stand still and been like, this is going to be 200 damage, but like I'm going to keep my
Fanfare.
my trumpet, yeah.
Right.
And not a great spot right now. Invis is client. That means he can have 2. Oh, there we go. Q-Force for the win. Didn't need it, but had it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So let's go back really quick and look at that. I'm gonna just. Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I'm gonna go look at that match again.
If you're able to find it.
Can I? I'm not. Did I just? That's okay. Not a big deal.
Mhm.
We'll talk about it after. So next round we have Neryth versus Salad, I think.
Neryth versus Salad.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, this is gonna
Neryth
be
versus
losers.
Lucky. JK, I'm a liar. Okay, so let's look at Neryth's build. Let's look at Lucky's build.
Yeah, I
Here
have not
are
seen
some
anything
things.
play.
Neryth only has 2 TFC chips. Not TFC, but like blockers. So he only has 1 anti-damage and 1 anti-navi. Neryth is playing an incredibly aggressive build. Very, very interesting. And
Oh yeah, wow. And there's like,
only
and, I mean,
14
trip codes all over the place.
yeah, only 1400 HP. So like, Neryth is like, I want this done. I want this done quick. I want to go back to sleep.
Yeah,
And,
whoever wins wins.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Interesting things here. We got 4 area grabs. We got 2 tagged. So one of the things you see with the area grabs oftentimes is either area grab tagged with Judge Man, which is super cool because Judge Man hits, areas refresh, and then another area comes out, so you're always at +1. Or an area grab tag like this, especially in Falzar because a double tag means you can do a Tengu turn.
Okay.
We got Murmasa, we got Super Vulcan, we got Sanctuary, we got a lot of the big chips.
Yeah, a lot of ways
the
to pile on
only-
damage. Carnal Force as well. Yeah.
Oh, and
jeez.
it's Gregor! What the heck is going on here? Okay,
So this is
so
a
exciting.
ton of chip damage for a Gregor
he's
folder,
got
right?
double point! Just fucking
Oh my
double
goodness.
point! So it looks like he's going to do a different type of beast rush where you beast as fast as possible, and then eventually Kernel Force gets drawn, and then you do a beast over. I hope we get to see that. That sounds really cool. Yeah. Okay, and then the other guy you said was Lucky. Let's look at Lucky's build.
Yeah.
Going over.
Curious what you think in particular about this matchup. So Lucky obviously running a lot of HP, right?
Yeah. So Lucky is
Even
Balls
more
are
area
attack
control.
max. Yeah. Is he max? Is this a? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this is an area Falzar is really rare to see. Area Falzar is like, again, I'm gonna go for the Tengu builds.
This is area. Wait. This is area Gregor, right?
Lucky is Falzar.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, because look at his. So look at the color. Oh, okay. So you're right. You were reading English, and I was reading colors. I'm very stupid.
This is just like kind of an unorthodox.
Yeah. So why I thought that, if you look at an NCP, the background color denotes which version.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing my yeah. So it's Gregor versus Gregor. Not as exciting, but still very strong.
Yeah.
He's using Bugged Buster, which makes sense because he's Gregor. And one of the interesting facts about Static. So Static uses up to 3 bugs. HP counts as 2 bugs, and the reason for that is it's coded first of all as an HP bug, which is the thing that ticks down. But secondly, it's coded as what's called damage bug. So if your character flinches, it applies an effect, and the effect that it applies is HP bug.
Sorry, flinches, not flashes, right?
Correct, flinches. So if you get hit by a drag, if you get hit by a stun, if you're uninstalled, and you can actually rack up to 7 total HP bugs, which will give you one damage every 10 frames.
And that is that like as fast as like a Poison Pharaoh? Faster?
Poison Pharaoh is 1 per frame. I think that Anubis by itself is 1 per 10 or 1 per 8 or something like that.
Okay,
it's
so this
about
would be
as
like
fast as
Anubis.
Poison Panels. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's significant, but the thing that makes this desirable is it maxes out his static, and he's playing G-code.
Max
So
out of static,
G-code
and he's playing G-code, yeah.
Yeah, G-code is really good at removing crosses. It's basically like the anti-Gregor code. If you're ever getting beat up too many times by max attack Gregor, play G-code. You'll feel great.
Because it's got just like the dragons?
It's got static, it's got dragons, it's got bubbles, it's got like everything you want. We got it. Like, don't even worry, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go ahead and start the round. I'm gonna click it. We got Groundman SP. Yeah, this will be good. Okay, so starting off first round, he's got a bunch of area grabs. Who would have thought? Running 5, draws 4. And he's just gonna go slash because I don't think that Neryth has any. Yeah, Neryth has no break. So just picking charge cross. Oh, but he has no shoes. And Neryth has no holes. Okay, so just
So it
pick
works
slash
out.
cross, just stand forward. just pick SoulXCross, stand forward, and you win this round.
Yeah.
That's not what we see, but you know what? People don't always play how I play. Let's see if it works. 2200 HP, it's a lot of HP.
Do you expect that Neryth is going to beast out pretty much immediately?
I expect probably a round 2 beast.
Round
but
2
we'll
beast.
see.
Okay.
Step forward, yeah. Hold forward, go slow gauge. Waste on the Judge Man, that was misplay.
Yeah. Yeah, you said really early, right?
Yeah. I would have at least done it. Oh, well I get it. He wanted to try and play aggressive because he drew a lot of misplay by honestly, as soon as that first area grab went down, I would have stepped forward and then done the anti-damage. But I guess it kind of worked out identically. He just has 50/50s on SoulXCross. So like, that's what's so scary about Gregor is like he just did 900 damage in a turn.
Just off of SoulXCross, right?
And he doesn't even have more areas. Like Lucky is playing the stronger area folder, but if you just like if your execution is superior, SoulXCross kills you.
Right, and it's so much harder to dodge, right?
It's very hard to dodge, even out of like not a complete control like this.
Yeah.
And then he was anxious on the. Oh no, this is so bad. So when you have uninstall, be patient with it. Like,
oh my god,
you have a whole slow gauge to. Yeah, you have a whole slow gauge to do it.
Yeah. It just feels like yeah, so now especially like we can pretty confidently say like probably he should have gone. Like I still don't understand the erase cross.
So I think the erase cross, yeah, I think it was just kind of habit. A lot of people go erase cross first because it's strong, right?
Sure.
Erase beast is strong, and people are like, here's a win condition. But he had 4 area grabs. I think that was a mistake.
Just because you can bully him, right? Like no matter.
Yeah, you've got more HP. The guy has no breaks. Just like stand there and trade shots. Like even if you lose the area war, you've got 1,000 HP over him.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think this is a oh no. Wait for the sanctuary to happen. Take an area grab. Step on the holy candles.
Well, looks like he would have grabbed it back anyway, but.
Yeah, but you know.
All right.
And I think that we just see. Yep, that's it. Oh, and he pushes him into poison. That is style points. Not only is that a win, that's style.
For the last 1 HP.
So a lot of people, when they play this format, they don't really take advantage of looking at their opponent's folder. I think it's really important because there's so many decisions that can change.
I mean, it's a younger format, right? So there is that.
Yeah. But feedback for you guys watching, always read.
Yeah.
This is a little bit weaker of a hand. So what I think you want to do here is you want to go erase first. Take both your machine guns. And then that pattern that he was locked into before, where he was stuck on like a middle panel. Oh, it doesn't even matter though because it's Alec. You can punish him with like a full machine gun. So here, what he has to do is he has to try and counter hit. Nice. He has to try and counter hit the charge attack.
Right.
But as he's just a little too anxious. Take a breather. You got a full. What is it? 18 seconds. You got 18 seconds to land your single chip. Don't worry about it.
Slow gauge, yeah.
Yeah. That was honestly a mistake that I made a lot of times when I played chip-based folders. I'm like so excited to get my stuff out that like I'm not even thinking like do I really need to use this right now?
Right. And what are my opponent's defenses now compared to later?
Yeah, especially when they're doing like full attack Gregor, they're gonna stand still every time they release a charge. Just like hit him. You don't have to worry about missing.
Machine gun 2 against that feels like. I mean, is that a stronger chip against Falzar than it is against Gregor?
Definitely.
So is that kind of why you were saying, get it out of the way early, like just take both your machine guns with you?
Well, and also if he had a counter hit, then he can hit with both of them. He's already a race cross, which means he's doing.
Oh, so that's gonna do a ton of damage.
Yeah, and he needs this. He's losing the damage race again. He's down almost 1,000 HP on the very first round.
Yeah, it is wild, considering the HP disparity starting things off.
Yeah.
All right, so life order coming out.
he's gonna charge a. Oh no! Oh no! He was supposed to charge that.
The
Okay, but it's
area
not
grab.
seeming- Yeah. Oh,
Jeez,
and then shoot him! Shoot him! Put on this place.
Yeah, just a lot of little missed opportunities, I
these-
guess.
Yeah. So one of the things when people are fighting a Lek or a race cross, you want to kind of stand and stick. You don't want to up down too much because people will walk into the Lek.
Right.
If you were playing zero lag, you can actually dodge on reaction, but we're
Wow.
not, so you can't.
Yeah, makes sense.
Take the wind rack. Should have maxed out your chips there. Oof. So Lucky's playing this as if he was like Versa Falza or something, and you're trying to just like survive.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But that's
what are
not
you
the
doing?
case. Just rush him.
What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing?
Oh.
This was a winnable match for Lucky. I think this is a loss. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna wait it out. Maybe we're gonna
Yeah.
see a Q Force here.
Trade some buster damage.
Judgment was. Oh no, he's just stepping. Okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
That invis wasn't a big deal. But if he had taken a full hand of chips, he would have won there. Look, the guy's at 120 HP.
Right. Just do more like throw more navies out or whatever.
Yeah.
So let's see what the defense here is, I guess, because like this could easily be it right here, right? If
Well, he's got a. I think he has an anti-navi set up right now.
Oh.
So, if he's not in invis, yeah, he. Oh no, it was just a
No.
regular. Okay.
Yeah, it goes
that's
through.
Fine. Take a step forward. He's gonna get hit. Yeah. He
Oh!
dead. Oh! Anti-navi.
What is this?
You're dead.
Anti-navi?
Not anti-navi. Just regular.
Anti-damage.
Anti-damage. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
why did he step up? Why did he step up? It's something. Oh, this is so hype. Ah, hold me. Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that was barely just squeaked by, dude.
That got so stressful.
Yeah.
All right, so both rounds 1 and 2, you know, you're kind of saying like take advantage of the HP disparity at the beginning of the round, and
Yeah.
that didn't really happen. So let's see if, you know, let's see how this one shakes out. Still,
I'm excited. So I misspoke earlier. Neryth has 3 anti-damages. I thought he only had 1 of each. He's not really playing that weird old folder. This is
fairly standard.
This makes sense.
You were saying,
I mean, the invis. Yeah, I thought he was doing. He has a build that he has like no defenses, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna kill you now. But the only thing that's missing here is the 3 invis, so it's not so weird.
Right. I'm sad that we haven't seen any of the just like the really big like the what he has double point, right? He has Super Vulcan, he has Chrono Force. None of it's really come out yet. Which, you know. Yeah. So that's big. D slashes him.
That's the exact perfect time, by the way. If you draw a ground cross or groundman,
Groundman, yeah.
wait until they use area grab. If they don't use area grab at all, it's not a big deal. If they do counter it, they lose an area grab. So either way, like you've done the right choice. Unless you're psychic and know exactly what they have.
Right.
A exploitive strategy is always better than a dominated strategy.
Yeah. Wow. It was good movement to get the erase match out there.
Yeah.
So when
so-
do you want to use static here if you're drawing it this early?
So static basically is there to get rid of erase. I actually wouldn't pull it. I think I would do a wind rack and maybe a dragon.
Okay. Well,
See how it
is
goes.
that guaranteed to combo if you know you get the drag effect? It is, right?
If you wind rack into a dragon, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure because I think that you have to wait until they stop sliding to hit the dragon. So it's like the combo is guaranteed if you're good, but you're not guaranteed to be good.
I see.
There's a lot of combos that you can just like mash A at certain positions and it'll like auto hit, but and again, for the most part, the wind rack is just there to like decross. It's not really there to like do damage because, aside from Colonel Force, crosses are the only thing that he's really worried about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously there's like chips and stuff that'll hurt him too, but like crosses are what's been killing him.
Yeah.
Oh, and if this is an area grab turn, the wind drag!
Oh, this is
all of his. Yeah.
Jeez.
But he's still up on HP. He's still doing really good. This is very winnable.
Yeah.
He's got no shoes. This is why you wear shoes, guys. Oh no, he's got a one.
Oh.
Okay, so what the play is here? Don't take the Q Force at all, because he's just. Is that true? Yeah, don't take the Q Force at all. Just use all your chips. Use one chip before Invis. You want to camp the Invis in case a Q Force comes up, because Q Force will kill you.
Right.
And then you take the static. Yeah, you take the static, or no, you take the wind rack probably, and the other dragon after the case. Because if a coded chip comes up, that means you're safe from Q Force. You can use the Invis and you can just like go into the rest of your turn. You can't hit with static right now. He's too close. So static is a dead chip.
Yeah.
So there's the
Okay. But he's not able to get the Invis out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So he had to just mash Dragon probably as fast as the turn started. Maybe it was a mistake to do Dragon at all.
He was trying to like react or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
Yeah. Did they basically use those chips at the same time, the Colonel Force and the Dragon?
Yeah, and the Dragon has a use delay, so.
Wow.
I'm holding up great.
Yeah. Definitely down for whatever. Okay. And I can, I can do however much and then swap out. Up to you.
So I had.
Sounds good.
I had somebody ask the dominated versus exploitive strategy. So that's just like a game theory thing. So dominated strategies are things that are like statistically optimal. You have like mixed strategies that can't be exploited. And then an exploitive strategy is if you know exactly what your opponent's doing, you can do something that's not statistically optimal, but it is strategically optimal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it always beats it. So always be psychic. When you can't be psychic, be smart.
And so, since this is an open format tournament, you have the actual potential.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, exploitive strategies are obviously a lot more viable, right?
Yeah, that's why actually. So when I was doing playtesting for this, I didn't enter the tournament, but the build that I was working on was a chip shuffle, because like chip shuffle increases the control you have over your folder, and the more knowledge you have, the more that control matters. So that was a theory. Let's look at these. Thiago is BDT again. Solid has.
Yeah, the depulse.
Yeah, we just saw Solid lose to BDT. This is a very similar build.
We did, yes. Yeah, we did. Although there were many of those matches could have gone, or the rounds could have gone either way, I suppose, right? Like, there was kind of a whiff depulse in the first game.
Yeah. It's even the same NCP, looks like.
From Thiago. Yeah, that's true, huh?
Single Giga, which, again, I think is a mistake. We see a Geddon, though. There's a Geddon here. Only one Geddon.
Mm-hmm.
We see Murmasa, we see Super Vulcan. So this is not... Do we have bubbles?
We do have 2 bubble star 3s from Thiago.
Okay, that's fantastic. So it looks like he's mostly just doing the uncrosses, right? He's got Heat Dragon, he's got Wood Dragon, and then he's got Murmasa, he's got blah, 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 blah. Okay, pretty standard. No BDT, and he does have area. He's got 4 area grabs, so we actually have more area grabs here, and we have a grab revenge. So he's got a stronger whole game, and he's got a stronger area game, but he doesn't have any cursor. So Salad will be able to control her folder a lot better. No cursor also means, though, if he doesn't win that area control game, she can stuff most of his stuff with ground cross. So very interesting.
With ground cross. Oh, I see. Yeah, and it being strong against BDT. And Salad also just has the hub bat shield. She's got other ways to deal with the BDT as well, right? So
I think this is more favorable for Salad. We'll
Okay.
see if she wins this one. I'm gonna go ahead.
What do you
starting?
think? Let's do it. What do you think?
What was your question?
What do you think makes this in particular more more advantageous for Salad versus because in winners, right, going down to another BDT
Yeah.
field, what do you think is the main difference between that setup versus
Magnums.
what Thiago's running?
Magnums are so oppressive.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
And he might have. I didn't check if he had uninstall. Let me check that really quick.
I think it's like the yeah. I did see that. So
okay, yeah, there is an uninstall, so it's a little different. This will be good though. Okay, so turn 1, we're probably gonna see. I would use Boomer, I guess, at start of round just to clear. I don't think it's gonna do a lot of damage. Boomer, and then maybe Blast Man, just for the damage, or maybe Blast Man then Boomer. No, Boomer's gonna clear the barrier. Yeah, that's fair. Such as damage. This is 240 damage. Pretty standard.
yeah, and there's no way with the rock in the middle. There's no way to dodge it, right? You can't step forward. It's just gonna go around.
Yeah, if you had Warp Step, you can, and I love Warp Step.
Wow.
Warp Step is such a changes the game.
Yeah.
Especially like versus BDT or like versus machine guns. All of these like assumed like, oh, you can't dodge it, turns into, oh, so she lost the race. Versus Thea.
Wow. Yeah.
I would guess
So the Boomer
that
not gonna be barrier.
Correct. I don't know who's hosting. I guess we'll find out later. But generally, if you're not host, it is harder to win those dust races. So like, you might want to just like play safe.
There are advantageous things to both being host and client.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it pretty balanced?
Host is generally better because it's got better inputs. I feel like.
Okay. But client has some little random nice to haves too.
Yeah.
BDT tries to.
It's really funny versus BDT. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is that kind of a shame there that the Heatman on the grass had to just be used to clear the barrier?
Oh, definitely. That was unfortunate, but I don't think she wanted to go beast early to clear it.
Right. That's the other alternative, right?
Yeah, and like, to be honest, I think she's okay. Does he have recoveries? I see no recoveries. Okay, so this is like, these are a couple really interesting things about these builds. So it's no hub, no recoveries. One of the things that recovery does for BDT is it puts your like effective HP at like 2,700 or something like that. And so chip folders just like can't kill you.
They don't do enough. You run out.
Yeah, and you have this infinite source of Giga chips basically, like BDT
Right.
just coming out.
And so you just kind of win the war of attrition at that point.
Yeah. Okay, that was good. That was a good counter. He's got the life aura on Judge, so he's just gonna camp forward because he doesn't care. It's not stopped. Windrak's gonna clear that. Another thing. Okay, so on client, Windrak will point blank remove life aura and push. As host, it will only remove life aura. So if you're stuck face to face, yeah, it's another small thing. So if you're stuck face to face as host, you're screwed. But as client, you'll get your area back.
Wow, that is wild. So that's one of the random nice things for client.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is super interesting, actually. Wait, did she pick Elect Pulse first?
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Okay. Jeez. All right.
I think that there's. So Erase Man always defaults in the middle. Anytime you get a default spot, just let it time out, even though it's boring. Oh, and Super Vulcan!
Magnum same way. Wow.
So the thing for Super Vulcan, though, Erase Man only has a 90 frame stun. Super Vulcan, I think, is like 200 frames or something.
Wow, okay.
It lasts a really long time. And you can mash out of Erase Man, and you can mash down to 45 frames. So, like, you can just... Yeah. If you want to hit with Super Vulcan like that, you have to use Judge Man, who has 120 frames of stun.
Okay.
Or
and can you mash out of that?
Yeah, you can mash out of everything. Yeah, you can mash out of everything except for Drag.
Right.
Because Drag is a pseudo... whatever.
Got it.
So what just happened was one of my favorite things with Destruction Pulse. Pulse's home, regardless of if you're on the field or not, because you have that beast targeting, and they have so if you hit somebody with anti-damage, you just spam A, and they'll fall back down to it, and you're like, I can wait all day. You know, you have to come out sometime.
Yeah, and so they will actually get hit by the pulse.
Regardless, yeah.
Right.
Easy.
Does the pulse come out before they touch the ground, but then it's kind of like still active, so they just kind of fall
Correct.
on top of it?
Correct, yeah.
That is insane.
Makes it really hard to dodge.
Yeah.
What do we got? So that actually makes shield better than anti-magic for dodging. Not that like either one is used a whole lot, but for dodging these pulses, the shield will remove the hitbox.
Right. It actually just kind of, you know, invalidates it versus dodging it momentarily but then getting hit eventually.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so that was a mistake. He should have done Groundman after. I don't really know what the goal of that was. He should have charged that.
I see.
I'm confused still about a couple of those plays, but it's okay. You know, BDT has infinite resources.
Yeah. You go all day.
Yeah. Anti-element, great against BDT. It's a fantastic. If you're losing BDT matches, anti-element 240 damage stuns them. The only thing about anti-element is if an elemental attack by your opponent is already on the field of any type, anti-element will not work.
It will not work. What, does it just trigger immediately, or like?
It doesn't trigger. It tries to set and it fails to set.
Oh, wild. Okay. But so this will activate on, yeah, okay, that will activate on just like shooting out a single BDT orb.
Correct. And then you'll get the electric stun. It's got a lot of
because it counts as a chip.
Yep.
That is fascinating.
Oh, actually, so anti-element catches even charge attacks. Doesn't care if it's a chip or not.
Wow.
I think Solid is not going to use Bug Fix because she wants the warp step.
She likes having it.
Fast gauge. I love the fast gauge. Theo has 2 slow gauges. Not sure if it's going to matter a whole lot. He's behind.
Right. He may have already kind of cycled through them, right? It's possible.
Correct. Put him in the back of his folder or whatever, but he's behind on HP, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot.
Yeah. Do you want and you don't want to hop that here? I'm like kind of surprised that you don't just want the extra buster damage. I suppose it doesn't matter so much.
I think that she's just trying to wait until she's uninstalled. I think she's. But Theo doesn't really need to use chips, so the idea is you like wait until you're uninstalled and then you, like,
reapply all the buffs. Yeah.
Yeah, and you like make them waste their hand, right? Like their hand size is dedicated to like holding uninstall.
Yeah.
But Theo is using BDT, and so like it doesn't really matter a whole lot. He can just sit there and like be happy.
Got it. And now you're just kind of winning the numbers game, right? At this point.
Correct. So she's trying to trick Theo into step. Oh! A lot of damage. Trying to trick Theo into stepping forward. That's another one of those like training your opponent into a mistake. Staying at the front of the field, so your opponent's like, well, I can just hit with a point blank BDT. That's fantastic. Don't ever take the bait. If you're BDT, just shoot it from the back. You're safe. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it'll get there eventually.
Yeah, and honestly, it's even better if you do it from the back, because when you have multiple BDTs on the field.
Right. So it takes time. You can like stagger it with the next BDT you're shooting.
Yeah.
Right. That makes total sense. It's like kind of a fighting game thing too. With you when you have like really slow projectiles, like you shoot it really far back.
Yeah.
And then now they have to deal about it once it gets into their area. So.
Timing attack. Oh, and the Murmasa hits point blank. Oh.
Oh my God! And suddenly it's close.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Is that HP bug counting down?
Yeah, it's actually starting to matter, right? Okay, so it looks like he's decided how much longer is HP bug gonna last?
It's forever.
Wow.
Oh no! I was just one charge attack.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't winnable though. I don't think it was winnable for him at that point. He had to actually buster her down or something, and he has no buster stats.
Didn't have enough. Yeah, didn't have enough left, right?
Because if he sat there and released a BDT charge, she could just shoot him like on reaction. So another reason why Hub BDT is so strong, because you have more options.
Hub BDT. I see. Yeah, where you run both. Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen any. I feel like all of the BDT, we've seen a fair bit of BDT play in this top 8, and I don't think any of it's been accompanied with Hub, right?
Correct. And again, that's the standard build, is to do double Giga. Like, that's what you see the Japanese play, that's what I play, that's what Symes plays when he does BDT. I think there was a lot of experimentation done, and you know, we'll see how it goes. Did she just zero chip? She did. She has full cust maybe in her hand still? I wasn't paying attention.
I saw full cust.
I was too busy.
I don't think she pulled it. Yeah, so. Is that a thing? What's the thought process there?
If you no chip, no chip is to keep your previous hand. So yeah, that makes sense.
Oh
she
yeah,
had a race man she wants to hit with.
Right.
And I don't know. She's got warp step, so she can't hit this. Like, I don't know what that was.
Right.
I'm confused, but Salad's a genius, so let's just figure it out. Both people still at full HP, both people still digging. She's thinking about, do I want to go Tengu? So the reason why you would go Tengu here, clear the barrier. This is a very weird turn. I don't understand this.
Yeah, holding on to a lot of the chips, right? Erase Man connects to number Dustman. Dust Cross.
Yeah, with the charge shot there. This is so. This like almost feels like. What the heck is going on?
It's really past the play, right?
Almost feels like a DC. Well, like she's really wants to hit the erase, but like I don't remember what the chip was before the erase. And so maybe like that next chip really matters, but like she doesn't have uninstall.
Right.
And like it's been so many turns that like Dust has already dug to whatever she cares about anyways. Maybe it's a fast gauge that she doesn't want to throw away. I don't remember. I didn't check. Did you guys? Hey viewers, do you guys know what she has in her hand?
It was like she has all the you know, like pulse chips, right? Full cust.
Yeah, but no. Okay, well there's the erase.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that this J code would benefit a lot more from just Tengu in general.
When you say from Tengu in general, you mean like being in Tengu Cross?
Being in Tengu Cross, yeah. I think that you don't need to be Beast all the time. Like I was talking before about the forced elect pulls and stuff like that. She's got I think like 4 wind racks. So this is a fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Is she just trying to run down the clock? I think she might be trying to go for a turn victory here, just like.
Oh. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Okay, this makes sense. He's got no. Oh!
Wow, dodges the Muramasa.
What? That's so bad!
Wow.
So you can, in theory, catch somebody with Muramasa during anti-damage, but it's so hard. It's like very unrealistic.
What do you mean catch them with it during anti-damage? How would you ever do that?
So anti-damage, when you take a step, there's I think it's like either a 6 or 7 frame delay between when you start moving and when you finish, like when you actually have finished moving somewhere.
Oh, and if you hit them in that window,
because you know they're gonna fall, you know the timing on their fall,
right?
And so you can like prep the Muramasa, but it's really, really, really tight. I wouldn't even try and do that like in person, but you know, if you were a mad god, you could do it, and that would have been a win. Like right there, that's 1,000 damage that would have connected.
Jeez.
But it didn't happen. And that means this is probably like so far this has been really positive for Salad.
For Salad, oh yeah. I feel like everything has just been, and Salad hasn't really used any of the like there's been so many turns where Salad's just kind of been not really pulling chips that even towards the end of the match, she's gonna have the advantage there too. So BDT now finally.
And couldn't get anything because wind rack and pulses all interrupt. Dodged 1 wind rack, which was good. Dodged 0 pulses. It's hard to dodge pulses.
When they're in beast out, like
yeah,
it's just too fast. Right?
Without warp step, without warp step, it's tough. Without warp step, without shield, you can do it, but you won't. We got a HP recovery here. Yeah, just biding time, going for that, trying to. Oh, Yeah, wouldn't have mattered. Trying to trick him onto some grass fields, but whiffs on through.
Just gonna get the normal amount of damage, or nothing, I guess, because...
Nothing, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, flashing.
0. Sproutman SP, absolutely fantastic chip. If you guys are trying to splash an SP Navi, Groundman or Sproutman are the guys. Oh, there goes some damage.
Okay.
What do we got? What are our options? We can ground in the back. That makes sense, especially with. Yeah. Okay. That is ideal. So this turn right now, she gets rid of Warp Step. Important, not important. Doesn't really matter. She has Life Aura to counter any kind of like arrays or stuff. Oh no, she stepped forward. Oh no. So if she was in the back, she could still be dodging, right? But since she's forward, she can no longer avoid the
BDTs. Yeah.
Oh, that's so painful.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's so
react.
painful.
Oh my god, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Just like that, dude.
Okay, well, panels are fixed.
This is something. Yeah, and
Alright, Judgment connects.
Yeah, this is still it's
getting scrappy
winnable.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna see the Boomer?
This is where the HP
Okay,
bug I
guys.
think is really mattering. Boomer would be.
Okay, Boomer's in the chat.
Yeah.
it's gonna come through. It's gonna come through. 100. Yeah, that'll win it. That'll win it. Just by just a regular Boomer.
Yeah. HP bug. It's
Invis. Okay.
okay.
Oh, there's a trap.
Hold on to
Invis
it?
cancels it. Fantastic read.
Wow.
Misses the Boomer. Oh, that man comes down. You got 1 HP. What do you got, buddy? What do you got? Hub batch. You got an anti-damage. Oh, Theo is not looking good right now.
Yeah.
And it's done. You don't have enough time.
You just shoot him
500
right.
frames. Yeah, you're. One more. Oh my goodness.
He can't shoot another BDT.
And the recovery. Oh,
And the
no,
recovery and anti-damage. Oh, that's too much.
The fist you can't dodge the fist.
Right.
It's gonna hit the hole.
let alone you could just weather one BDT and then bust her. Oh my goodness.
Pop him on the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how it ends. Wow.
We got you. And Salad makes it through the first microwave of death.
Yes.
Moving on through. Is this winners? Is this losers? I don't know what we're doing.
That was losers. I think the first round of top 8. Maybe it was or losers quarters, perhaps.
I don't know where I am. BDT is infinite.
Yeah. One match left for us in the losers bracket, I think, before we head over to is it winners finals? No. Losers finals or losers semis? Do we have a bracket image? Because we could just throw that up. Okay.
One more round. Who we see in this round?
Neryth versus Malex. Okay.
Okay, so we know Neryth's folder.
Yeah.
We know. Okay, Malex got the standard 8 code. No attack damage. Neryth has area grabs. I think this is strong favor for Neryth.
Strong favor for Neryth.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. I have to just say this.
Yeah.
There's a HP 200 on Malex build. Never use HP 200. Just don't do it. It's bad. It's not worth the space. If you consider yourself putting an HP 200 out there, I will bet you $20 you have done the wrong thing somewhere.
There's something better you could apply to those slots. Yeah.
Yeah. HP 300 is already like kind of inefficient, but it's got this like weird side poke thing, so a lot of times it'll use space that like wasn't used before. But HP 200 is just like sad.
Huh.
Okay.
So A code, you also like you have a lot of damage potential, I guess, with like what Risky Honey.
Yeah. So if Risky Honey catches, especially like Q Force, or if it catches Beast Buster, You get a lot of beasts. You get so many beasts.
Right.
But we've got no. We got to do Attack Plus. We have an Attack Plus. We don't have T-Hawk. So that's something.
To buff it. You see Risky Honey, I assume you see a lot more with Thouser.
Yeah, especially in B code and M code, because you have the banish combos you can do.
Yeah, okay. Oh, those are the grab banish.
Yeah.
Right. Is that guaranteed if you hit a grab banish into a Risky Honey? I thought the bees were like kind of slow.
It's guaranteed, so you be first, and then you banish.
Oh, well, that makes total sense. Yeah, okay. So you got the bees
and it's guaranteed if you're not bad and if they don't have a TFC, but being bad's easy.
Right. Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
And what is Moonblade?
Moonblade, yeah. So Moonblade is actually really cool too.
Oh, I'm like straight up just reading it wrong. Yeah. What does Moonblade do?
So it's a wide sword, but it also hits all around you. It just hits every panel that's like touching you, diagonals, in front, whatever. And it gives an HP bug, so it's just like weird. It just like it bleeds him if it cuts. It's a really weird chip. Not used a whole lot because it's not in very important codes, and for the most part, like there's just better stuff. But it's cool. It kills back row objects, and
I guess it gives you some utility hits all around you.
If you ever charge it with SoulXCross, it looks really fancy, so that's always a plus.
Huh.
So I think we're gonna start the next round.
And
yeah,
let's go into it. What do you think? What do you think in particular gives Neryth the big edge here? Is it just the damage output of like Neryth has like so many different ways to apply like huge damage, or?
Well, so he's got buster stats. This isn't loading for me. Why is this not loading? Okay, now it's loading. We're gonna figure this out.
Nice. Yeah, I've had some random issues with sync video too.
So he doesn't have as much HP, but like Malex doesn't have a lot of unless the attack plus hits or something like that. Like there's not a lot of spooky things. So he's not really going to be able to chew through the HP, and it's like not a big HP difference. It's 1600 versus 1450.
Right.
It's not that big. If you hit with like 2 charge tackles, like boom, you're even.
Right.
Charge tackle, by the way, we were seeing a lot of warp step. Charge tackle is like one of the best counters to warp step because it charges so quickly, and it has like some kind of like duration frames, like you can step into it.
Oh wow, I see. Yeah.
And when you're warp step, you can only choose top row or bottom row, so you have this like binary 50% chance, right?
Yes, you just charge one of those rows that like you're likely to hit, and if they're moving while you hit, period.
Yeah, you hit very often.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so starting out, we see positive area from Malex. First turn beast, which is weird, but since he's not using buster stats, it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Neryth goes and clears both of the holy panels, even though he's got a. Okay, that makes sense.
Even though he's got a life orb. Oh, I see.
Yeah, because the guy had didn't counter the. Okay, we got a little bit of a loading thing here. Didn't counter the erasement. That was. Maybe lag, maybe a choice. I'm not 100% sure. And we're gonna see some loading on Twitch. Twitch is down for me.
Yeah, Twitch looks like I see the same thing. Dope.
Okay.
All right.
So
throwing it right back to where the viewers left off, right?
Yep.
Excellent.
So Lifeheart comes up right after the Erase Man. Not sure why that was chosen, but not a big deal so far. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't know.
Very good at like man dodging, by the way.
Yeah, the Mad God.
I mean,
double Bubble Dragon. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so much pain. Most of you viewers probably know bubbling people doubles the elect damage you put out.
Yeah. And we kind of an unfortunate time to be going into Heatman cross for that very reason, right? Okay.
Oh, they both get status!
Oh, he gets
just
the dragon
in
off
time.
anyway.
He mashes out. So that's some really good feedback for folks back home. Oh, he hits with the reflector!
And what's the distance on this match, by the way? Like, how laggy is this?
I don't actually know anything about Malex. I've never played him. He's a dark horse.
No kidding. Okay, all of a sudden, both Q-Force and Muramasa available here, right, for Neryth, so this could get really dicey.
Don't area grab after Q-Force. Area grab before Q-Force. No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, maybe it doesn't matter? It's like,
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to have Q4 spawn behind him. That's valid. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes people are smarter than me, but
spawn behind him.
yeah. So Q4 spawns from the furthest row forward, and the less time. Like right now, he's in a position where he gets basically like 0 reaction time.
It would give him, no time if he just does it here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And maybe he does it like right at the start of the turn or something. Okay, that's
the
valid.
thought process. That's pretty godlike. It's gonna anti-damage first. Panel return.
So in this situation, I would have actually done Elect Beast Breath first, because you can Elect Beast Breath and then Q4 Swallow stun.
Right. Okay, so
but one of the things I was talking about mash patterns. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead.
Oh!
Bye-bye! When you're mashing, it doesn't matter which buttons you press, as long as it's a button that wasn't pressed on the previous frame. So choose what your mash inputs are. Like if you're doing only all the directional buttons, I do directional buttons LR and like B, and I don't press A. Or if I'm like trying not to,
because you don't want to waste a tip.
Yeah, which is what we saw in the previous turn or previous match, before he accidentally threw out the bubble because he was like so excited. So we have a /cross turn here. This is going to be a quick fight, I think.
And is there kind of a cap to, how many, mash inputs you can get out? It's just like 1 per frame?
1 per frame at most, and it has to be a button that was not pressed on the previous.
Got it. Makes sense. So now he's just going to build some slash damage.
Yep, he's putting on the slash. He's got anti-navi for, I guess, Spout. I don't think there's a lot of really spooky things.
Right.
And this is why attack max is so important. Oh, and then he's got GG!
Wow.
What
a
quick
my
fight.
God.
If he doesn't have Life Aura, it's over. If he does have Life Aura, we can continue.
What else could he do here? He could, he's not running Get In, right? He's not running Invis, is he? Could he Invis?
I think that he could Invis, but he would have to do it pretty quick.
Isn't Neryth locked into movement right now? Okay, yeah.
No, so when you cross, it
cancels.
Finish your movement. Yeah.
It's because it's ASAP.
Yep.
That is wild. When you cross or you beast out.
Correct. It can mess people up because the first couple frames of movement have no visual, and so sometimes you'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit this guy," and then it's like they just teleport, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, that is pretty insane. Okay, yeah, that's too much.
Bye-bye!
That's too much.
And that was a 5-minute match.
That's just what you like. That you couldn't really ask for like a better setup for Q4 there, right? It's just
that is ideal. I mean, maybe if you had like Gundel Soul or something, but like you kill him.
Right. I mean, that was like the and Gundel Soul will do a fair bit more than just spamming Buster from
Gundel Soul is 4 damage per frame. Buster is, I think it works out to about 1 damage per frame because they do 12 shots per second and you max at 5 attack. Got it. All right. So look at this maze we got here. Neryth.
Yeah.
Salad. So we were talking about ping distance, right?
Yeah.
The distance between Salad and Neryth is actually about 7 feet. So there's going to be some really low ping in this match.
As close to offline as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is dope.
Winner fights player 0. We're gonna go back into that was Thio's loser bracket. Okay, so I came in late. I was sleeping. But that was the only Thio match of today. Salad versus Neryth. Winner goes to player 0, and then winner I believe goes to Symes. Is that correct?
Yeah, because Symes beating P0. I think that was like 2-0 in winners finals.
Symes is doing great this tournament. Absolutely great showing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
dope.
Yeah, I'm doing things are great. Pleasure seeing Toph.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, it won't see the last of me. But I'm gonna cycle out for Soul, who's actually also a Smashcaster. But yeah, Soul's gonna be, I think, taking it away for the rest of the bracket. So that's gonna be losers, semis, losers, finals. Yeah, really just losers, semis, losers, finals, and grands. So
cool.
Yeah, I think and Soul was on at the beginning of the day too, right? So
Yep.
yeah,
So
if you've been around since the beginning of the top 8, it'll be a familiar voice for you. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
thank you so
And
much to
Cool, cool.
Toph for taking
Rotating
time
out.
out. For taking time out to cast with us. It's definitely been an honor to have you here. Hopefully we'll be able to get you on. I want to take a quick moment also while we're getting casters cycled to let you know about the N1GP Discord. If you're interested in net battling at any time, join us up, discord.n1gp.net. We have community guides available for you to learn how to net battle, a dedicated strategies channel to troubleshoot and level your game up. The community is great, and we are more than happy to provide help and teach you how to net battle, because it is high-octane action and tons of fun. Joining us up also in this event, I do want to mention that we are providing a cash bracket via Matcherino. You can check the link there at the bottom there. The prize pool is currently at $95, and the top 3 in the event will end up getting that prize pool. So that's definitely something that we haven't done in the N1GP before, so it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. Joining us next in Toph's stead is going to be SoulXCross, and staying on deck is Disco. How are you two doing?
My life is a lie. Give me Battle Network. I need Battle Network.
I need more Battle Network directly oriented in my streams, bro. Please.
Throw me in, coach. I'm gonna start the video.
Oh man, let's go, dude.
So let's take a quick look at the bracket here. I'm going to go ahead and cycle down and let you two drive the wheel. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's the bracket. Oh, I was supposed to talk about their setups. Right. Okay, so standard Salad. We already saw Salad. We already saw Neryth. Let's talk about the interaction between the two of them.
Actually, we can also talk about the fact that they already played. Neryth is in losers because of Salad in the first place, actually.
Ooh!
Yeah. So
Ooh,
this is
Salad
a
against
grudge match. This is a very big
All
grudge
right.
match. Yeah, so we've seen these setups
I think
before.
Salad's got advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, Salad definitely had advantage. The biggest problem, though, what happened in the last game that they played was perma-holes in the center came up, and that really hurt the fluidity of Neryth's folder because he was able to get those bubble stars
Locks
off as easily as possible because he had to maneuver around that hole in the center because he has float shoes.
Oh, he's got no shoes.
Yeah. It played really into that. The first game actually went really well for Neryth. But he ended up losing. But this is his redemption round, so to speak. And I'm pretty confident that he can still do very well. I really think it was just that perma hole in the center that really threw things off for him.
Let's see it. Let's start it up.
All right.
We did the episode recap last time on Salad versus Neryth.
Can he activate the button? No, let me stop. Is he ready to do this fight? Find out on this episode.
All right, so he's got no cursor, I believe, besides his erase. So element trap coming out, probably. First turn bug fix, very nice. Salad also has.
Yep.
What?
Salad also
has the spout, and it's on water, which is good. You only have the Elect Dragon as things that can decross her. Because if he moves off, because it's a corner hole. That makes sense.
Right.
Still good. You got a spout freeze. Steps forward. Doesn't care about the area grabs.
No, not very scared of the area grabs at all. In fact, this early bug fix is really gonna help her out too, because now she can move freely without just warp stepping all over the place. And the freeze is just coming into play.
It's amazing what happens when you have no lag. You can just land shots whenever you want.
Yeah, it's just
she
really
She wants him to step forward. Not gonna happen.
No, not gonna happen. First of all, he doesn't want to get frozen again, so he's babysitting those two panels. Second of all, he's not falling for any baits because he doesn't want to lose Erase Cross so early, and she doesn't have beast.
No.
So it is a fat chance that a Windwrack is just gonna fly at him. So I would babysit the back row.
I'm on to you.
Yeah. It's really convenient
really
having these open setups. Yeah.
I really like the anti-element with Spout, because if a dragon comes down, you have enough time to react to it. It's like, hold on.
Yes.
And then also the damage. Oof!
Oh, the trap,
Oof,
and it
there
hits.
you go! Pull him in, boom, pull
Oh,
him out.
nice.
Bam.
Oh, no!
Oh, Salad got too excited!
Yeah, I hate to see it happen! No!
Salad,
It was perfect!
you were the chosen one!
Yo, that was no. Okay, so she
Yeah.
accidentally input
I-
a feedback to pull Neryth forward again, missing that boomer, man.
It's you know what probably happened is she was fighting them and Neryth was like, cut it out, and like threatened her in real life. I think that's the only explanation. So,
Yes, the shake up, it's like reaching over and just smashing over the keyboard real quick.
he pressed back on her controls. That's
Oh,
yeah.
no. That's terrible.
Bad move, man.
Oh no.
So we got the recoveries. Salad's gonna come out with so much HP. Still at base buster stats though, so and full cust. Okay, so I don't know why Dust isn't coming out still.
Maybe Salad feels there's no need to really dig right now. Also, probably respecting. Yeah, I'm not sure why she's not digging right now either. She has all these. She has most of the chips she's gonna combo with anyway, so there's no real need to search, right?
No, she needs to. Oh, what a perfect turn for the fist!
Yeah.
Boom!
There it is. All of it gone. Only doing 100 damage though because Neryth got hit with the splash damage of it, but still getting rid of that sanctuary is massive.
You know, if it was Geddon, she would have gotten all of the holy panels.
Oh, you
But
already know.
I guess it was good that she wants to catch him. Yeah, caught him.
Right there in the center. It's easy too because you know exactly when that someone's gonna try to line up with a let cross for that charge shot.
So question: do you think that trading HP like that is actually like? Because I would have just stood on the holy panel and been like, "Fucking hit me!" Like I don't care. She ate 2 charge shots to hit him with 1 erase man. I think that was a bad trade, but she's got like doubles HP, so maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, camping, and then of course if he's seeing that you're standing there on the holy panel, he might
Then
actually
you get the
come up
erase
there.
shot. Yeah,
Right.
you get the erase shot either way.
So she would have got the erase there as well. Maybe I actually agree with that logic there.
Okay, so
Oh! Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't matter where she stayed, huh? If it was just gonna be like that. Yo,
Okay,
you guys.
boomer on the holes. We got a fantastic boomer set up.
Oh no, Neryth!
So
This is
actually,
the same thing that happened.
It's just like before. This is actually really interesting. Most of the folders in this tournament have no air shoes. There's no hub. There's no shoes Gregor besides like Symes, I think. It's really weird to see because like normally if you were fighting Gregor, they would just like take a step forward and be like, whatever. Like not only am I not gonna get hit by that boomer, but like there's never gonna be grass here. I don't care.
Right, and I think it's really interesting the fact that there are no shoes for Gregor because a lot of the times, especially in the past meta, we really hinged all of our strategies on having air shoes, right?
Right.
It's just really interesting to see that people are foregoing it and still doing well, but the having...
Well, but you can't say that because there's no air shoes that they're fighting against in the format. Like Symes is the only guy with air shoes and he's in winners. So it might actually be like, are they doing well? We don't know.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
She's eaten every race. He's in
that's
her
unfortunate.
brain. He's got brain worms hatching brain eggs.
The conditioning is unreal. Like, we see a switch over to T-Hawk here. Why do you think she's going for T-Hawk here?
I can't even begin to guess. Honestly, she
think
doesn't
it's
want to be in
interesting.
Dust because he's gonna
Erase.
go erase potentially. But if she goes full cast, like it doesn't matter. I am confused right now.
Well, okay, if she takes the full cuss, she gets to see if he uses a beast and potentially wastes a beast turn. Oh, so
But
he
why-
didn't even
what
go
is-
beast.
What does she want to be? She has. Oh, because it's anti-element?
I think
Maybe
she
that's
does
what
have
it was.
anti-element up. Yeah.
Maybe
And-
she was.
and-
Oh, okay, I get it. She was worried about Q-Force. And that's a totally fine decision to make, because she's winning to everything except for Q-Force, and she's not worried about him decrossing. Okay, that makes sense. I'm with you. I'm following.
That's actually really good logic. Yeah, that's actually really smart.
I was just thinking, like, you have full cast, so, like, what do you care? You control the round, but, I guess she wanted to be able to hit that, Judge and anti-element.
And it's really interesting here, because she still has the full cust in hand. So
Yeah, but she doesn't have dust anymore. I mean, like,
No
yeah,
dust.
you're gonna do okay, and then you're gonna, like, see if you beast, and then you're gonna, like, whatever. But, which 100% is, I think, the right play here, is just to go in full cust and not give a fuck.
Yeah, burn a turn, right? Burn a turn.
Yeah.
Because you're ahead right now, especially on damage. So
She's actually not ahead on damage. Think about how much
you're
HP to
correct.
start with.
yeah,
she's ahead
you're
on HP.
correct. She's not ahead on damage. So burning a turn here might, I don't know. Well, the point is we're here now.
Yeah.
Like-
this is life. Welcome to it. So,
We
okay,
did it.
something interesting to think about on this field, though. You actually can mash out. I'm pretty sure you can mash out of Q-Force in that panel that's a hole. So this is not a strong Q-Force field.
No, it's not, because of that perma hole
So
alone.
yeah, Neryth's main, like, his Super Vulcan isn't scary here. Oh, also he has Super Vulcan. Maybe he has White Pill. I don't remember.
Yes, he does have white pill with it as well.
Okay, so these are all really good reasons to go T-Hawk, and there's the
Kernel Force. There it is. And this time she has the life aura for it, so it doesn't even matter.
yeah.
And no
And he
wind
had
back.
that was a desperation play. So I think that Neryth probably loses this match. He has just spent a huge amount of his potential.
Cash. Yeah.
I guess he can, like, he cross or something here. And she's
He
still got
crossed,
all of her
yeah.
beast turns. She's got all of her beast turns. Like, he's not doing good. You
She
know,
has all her
Destruction
beast
Pulse comes
turns.
out.
She still has
Yeah.
valuable crosses left over. She has dust. She has the program advance in her hand. She can use it whenever she wants. She has hub bat. Like everything's in her playing field right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there goes the heat, just as you said. So we're gonna at least potentially see
And it's warp step, so she's dodging it no problem, walking
easy
easy.
peasy. Oh man.
And he has the hole, so he's got the hole in the center, so he can't forward backstep. That was good. That was,
This is
everything
the
was
most
as
optimal
Mhm.
setup for Destroy Pulse as well. Starting off with Elect Pulse 2, which almost has, like, as soon as you use it, you get released from it very quickly, right? You're not held in place for too long. You can immediately follow up just like that.
There you go. There's the fast gauge. Does Neryth have slow gauge?
He does have a slow gauge, actually.
Oh, I was looking at Malex. I was like, I don't see it. Yeah, slow gauge. Okay, and it was right, and I think he already used it.
Mm-hmm. So right now, it's complete. Again, it's still in Sal's ballpark. She has the
Yeah.
field going for her by default.
She got Blast Man.
Yep.
Boop, 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 boop. One more, and then a bullet, and he's done.
Yep. That's it. GG.
That's it.
Really quick match. It's karma. What is that for smashing her keyboard to get to get the purple hole to send it in? That's...
Have you ever seen a tool assistant speedrun?
Yes, of
You know how
course.
sometimes you do things that don't make sense, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
make
yeah.
sense in the end? She just had to affect the random number generator in Neryth's brain. That's what it was.
Makes sense. She was so far ahead in the game that it was already
Yeah.
over when he started pressing
Salad
buttons.
saw works backwards from time.
Unfortunate.
So this is going to be the second grudge match. Grudge match numero 2.
Yes.
We already know these setups. We saw them just a little while ago. We got playerzero with the single Giga BDT versus Salad with the exact same thing that she just used in the last round.
Yep.
Things
Actually,
to talk about here. Same thing we said
Salad
last time.
is making her climb through this loser bracket, man. And this is like
So-
shark-infested waters, man. This is
Just
really
crawling
tough.
through
Yeah.
BDT after BDT. taking bites
like-
out of him. Ugh, you can't stop me.
She was like in the dugout, but now she's crawling out into no man's land. Just making her way through, like Wonder Woman out here. Crazy.
Father son Kaokins over here, like, "Stop! Take my power." So I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was periodically sending Salad "Take my energy" texts. So part of these wins are contributed to me. I just gotta take credit where credit's due.
You know what? You're giving her the positive energy to fuel the spirit bomb. Like it's your win, right? It's our win. It's our win.
It's my win. Salad doesn't even deserve it. It's my win. It's a tie.
win. I just need you to understand.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead. You've already seen these matchups. We've already talked about them. I'm gonna do a quick recap in case you got any new viewers. Salad has no buster stats. playerzero has no buster stats. Salad's win condition mostly is tooling around Beast Rush, which is going to be a lot of pulses, a lot of wind racks, just high accuracy, explosive turns. And playerzero is on the opposite side of tempo. playerzero wants to try and uninstall you, wants to slow you down, he wants to get some area control, which Salad has none of. So Salad needs to either punch through the zero recovery playerzero, which is possible because Beast Rush does that, or playerzero needs to just stick and survive. So we're gonna go ahead and start up the video and see how this goes.
This is definitely the stall versus fast-paced, like in-your-face, rush-down meta. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I thought I started it. It's not starting. Technical difficulties. Okay, we got the little loading button. Okay, we're started. We're starting. We're good.
Right,
Everything's... Life is fantastic.
A lot of viruses today.
Yeah. It's because you guys aren't busted out there. Come on.
We need you all to join us and use your abilities and your Mega Mans to help us bust these viruses. Come on, join the N1GP. Join the N1GP, please. We need your backup.
Okay, so we have a obstacle field.
Yes.
I would not go Life Aura on an obstacle field. That seems like bad times to me. What I would do is I would start with Machine Gun, and then I would use Erase, and I would just let the other guy have the obstacles.
And you're saying this because now you're getting an opportunity to wait for them.
Oh, he doesn't!
He doesn't go dust.
What the heck?
On an obstacle field, you just choose not to? And you just raw Erase Man? I don't know about this, Chief.
Hey, so here's some really cool things. You can hide in front of that rock, and you'll dodge all of the back Bs from Tengu. Which didn't happen, but that's okay.
And actually, this is a really good situation for Salad because she was able to hold on to that full cust, and now she's basically gonna get 2 turns of dig for free.
Yeah, but he's got. I don't know why he went Tengu. That was kind of.
It was a little.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the plan? He had Erase.
Wait, hold on. Time. I gotta explain something really quick. That the Warp Step Life Aura. This is a really rare interaction. If there are rocks on the field, your opponent is Tengu. They can't back B if you step in front of the rocks, and they can't back B while they're charging. They have to charge to push you from the other side. And so you can actually just Warp Step around the rocks and maintain your Life Aura through Tengu. It's like stupid good. When you see that opportunity, abuse it. It doesn't come up very often. Little known facts. Let's keep going.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is playerzerow's point of view. Duh.
I'm done.
Yeah, see. That makes a lot more
Okay.
sense.
That still. That also makes sense why Tengu came out. Okay. playerzero doesn't have Warp Step. I'm
Right.
done. Everybody
Right.
in chat is like, okay. Anyways.
Nani?
Okay.
We're back on
Trust
track.
me, guys. I'm smart. You can put your faith in me.
He knows what he's talking about. So do I.
Yeah, trust me. Okay, we got BDT coming out. BDT is here. What else? We got BDT. We got slow gauge. We don't have a fast gauge yet. And does playerzero have 2 slow gauges? Let me see.
We're gonna see
Okay,
that
slow
beat
gauges.
come out
Okay, so
really
that's-
early.
That's the right decision.
Slow gauge, and this gives him time to dodge this golem here. Is there an actual proper name for that golem?
Did he throw BDT to beat?
I think that's exactly what just happened. And I missed it, but I'm pretty positive that's exactly what just happened. Maybe he didn't check the setup beforehand.
Yes, he did. Oops.
Yes, he did.
Well, welcome to bad decisions.
Okay, so you know what the setup is.
He's got like no win condition. He's got no win condition.
Like you know beat is there, right? So this is a mistake a lot of people sometimes make by accident. You know, you're waiting for the TFC, but it doesn't come, and you're stuck with the BDT in hand, and you're like, well, do I wait? I think you kind of have to, right? I think you just sit on that BDT and wait for a TFC at that point if you know they have beat.
This is also not that this is something that you should ever prepare for because you don't want to plan to make play mistakes. But double Giga gives you outs when this happens. Sometimes in double Giga I will intentionally throw BDT to beat. Sometimes I'll throw Hub. Just gives you options. Yeah, but there's like no this is all damage. He's doing great. That was a ×2 element man and stuff like that. Someone's got 2,700 HP or some 2,600 HP, right? Like, he doesn't have chip damage to cut through that. What he's gonna do? Like, stand in front and use area control with T-Hawk? Like, if
he
she
still has Hub, right? Okay, so he still has Hub, and he
doesn't have Hub.
Oh no, that's right. He doesn't have Hub.
It's single Giga.
It's single Giga.
Like, this is
really rough.
Really, yeah. Always check your opponent's loadout. Doesn't matter how many times you played him.
Especially if it's open book format.
To be fair, we all made mistakes. I thought that playerzero was Salad. Playerzero thought Salad was also playerzero.
Exactly. So we were all caught in the Genjutsu, bro. It's okay. We're out now.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, bro. We're
or
free.
Are we? So in this position, it is impossible to hit with T-Hawk because the slash time is long enough that they can just move on reaction. So you've got nothing. Salad can even just win by timeout at this point. Point.
So what do you do? Like, you have Tomahawk Cross, but your charge shots are pathetic. Well, okay, wait. How much do you still have the sheet in front of you? How much attack plus does he have in his cut?
0.
Yikes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Like.
It's rough times.
It's essentially throwing mini boomers at, someone that just has reflectors held up all day. Yeah. like what do you do? Yeah, this is a no-win situation.
There's another area grab while you're blind. Yeah, these are. So he needs to be patient because he's in a losing battle and he's thrown his chips. Yeah, GG.
Yikes!
He's throwing his chips as if he was still trying to win on a clock, and he just needs to win at all.
He gets the cross here though with the raid.
And you're okay, well they're both at low HP, that's something. But I don't think she's used recoveries yet, and
I don't think she did either. Yeah, I don't know. This is so. What do you do? How do you mitigate this? Right? What is in playerzer's mind?
Technically, if he can lead with Judge Man into Spout, you can do. Oh, I think he wants to try and. That's greedy. So if he did Judge Man, that's 100 damage, brings it to 400. Spout is 160 into Electragon into. Yeah, it's not enough to kill. So if she has a recovery at all in her hand, he does not have enough damage in his folder. We will see how that works.
Oh, he dodges! Oh no, he didn't dodge. Okay, there's the Judge Man. We get the double area of course. He can still time. He can still time the second bubble. On spawn, perfect. Okay, there it is. Oh, it's really close. Justice won.
Fist from the heavens.
Yo,
dude,
are
it
you
did
okay?
Win. You're right. Justice won.
Yo, wait. Oh man.
I got him. Just fucking. Okay, what do we got? So we got Magnum. What does Magnum do here? You do a sideways Magnum. It doesn't matter because you got Warp Step. Warp Step's great.
Warp Step is really good. I can still move. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I guess all you have to do here is So, like, honestly, in these kinds of positions, I would, as player 0, I think just try to cross-cancel her. I think that you want to ruin her turns as dust. And that would be my biggest... Because, like, BDT wins on the, like, momentum, right?
Yes, for
and
sure.
if you can make her explosive turn not explosive, like... Did he just do 2 area grabs? Oh, no.
Oh, no. The life ore. Okay, maybe he should have just held on to it for as long as possible. And now we're giving Salad an opportunity to do some more digging of her own.
He's wasted 2 of his area grabs. He's only got 1 Magnum left. He's got machine gun, that's something. But he's not going to use it right now. Yeah.
Do you go Tengu here and try to get this?
No,
Because she has hub bat.
He needs his BDT. Like if he's wasting a whole turn for. So technically, BDT grows more than Salad does. He didn't use anti-navi there because he doesn't want to lose BDT to it. He just had a really bad experience. Oh wow! And this is like BDT all the way at the end of his folder. Oh, another point of feedback. When you are digging for BDT, just dig for BDT. Go as fast as you can. Throw 5 chips every single turn. You don't want to have these situations. Because now he's an entire turn behind. That's like 600 damage. None of these have gotten to turn 15, which means that every single turn like is actually significant. You don't want to lose tempo.
That makes sense. And you want to try to keep it in your momentum, so you're not going to try to make decisions like that, right?
Right.
Okay.
Hits. Okay, that's good.
Really good.
And he's gonna go throw a fan out. Suck it up. Yeah. Suck it up, big boy. Big boy. Don't stand on the grass. Don't stand on the grass. Don't stand on the grass. Don't stand on the grass.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
BDT.
Okay. There it is.
Give me that BDT. I also really like Fan for like blocking Blastman. Like it's so good against B code. Blocks Blastman, blocks summons, blocks.
It's
BDT.
very versatile shit. Like
yeah,
and
but,
even in
like
some situations.
In lag, if you use it while they're on the top or the bottom panel, they can actually step around it. If you use Fan against like a good player, you pretty much have to wait until they're in the middle panel. Otherwise, they can like mess it up. Especially with like Blastman or something. It feels so bad to like use Fan and like not have a connect.
I really think it's pretty ironic that he's behind a hole, and obviously Salad's trying to pull him forward, but I'm not going nowhere, bro. I'm fine right where I am. Thanks.
I am content.
I am going nowhere. That's okay. And we see the bubble stars coming out. We're gonna see obviously some very good synergy with that in BDT. Hopefully he's gonna try to net himself some really big damage here.
I would slow gauge at the beginning of the turn. I think that's a mistake.
Especially if you have those bubble stars in your hand, and the threat of having to dance around them in slow gauge. Yeah, it's such a huge amount of pressure. Yo, he remembered. Yo, that's so clutch. He remembered that he still sucked up the item. That was so good. Wow.
I think it's still a mistake versus slow gauge at the beginning because he basically lost 2 BDTs, so it's like 400 damage. We'll see if that matters this round. But and then you have to keep the slow gauge because she's got a fast gauge in her folio. That's another issue. So we got bubble stars coming out. We got an uninstall. You don't want to use uninstall early. Don't Elect Dragon. Just do a double bubble.
Double bubble. Which
she's gonna go. Oh, okay. It doesn't go T-Hawk. I would have gone T-Hawk.
Okay, so we have to figure out why she opted not to go T-Hawk here, right?
She wanted to connect with stuff.
Oh no, she's gonna take 400 damage. Here comes the bubble star. No, throw out smart. Throw out the BDT first, then use the bubble. Oh.
Mistakes. These are all play mistakes. He's got to be more patient when you're playing BDT, especially with how far ahead he was.
It's just nerves at this point in time, you know. It's this late in the bracket. You're in losers. He's still doing well though. He's ahead, right?
No, he's still ahead. This is good, but she's only used 1 beast turn. She's about to go T-Hawk maybe. Hasn't used hub yet. And he's used all of his area grabs.
He's throwing away his... Oh, another slow gauge popped up. Okay.
He's used all of his area grabs. So he can't do field control, which is the main way you play around hub. He does have the Elect Dragon. The uninstall. Let's see. He's whiffed. He hasn't got any ×2 BDC. He did get one ×2 bubble though, so he's doing okay on damage.
There goes the first recover. He chip charged that. I'm wondering why he did that.
Yeah, me too.
That was very interesting.
I think he was trying to just like mess with. I think he was just trying to mess with like the accuracy. Yeah, he wanted to like dodge disc ripples or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe
not a big deal.
Yeah. And obviously
something.
Can't see.
Don't stand in the front. Don't stand in the front. Don't stand in the front. Okay, so here we're gonna see T-Hawk.
Yeah, we have to see T-Hawk. She got hit, right?
What's her HP at?
Oh crap. I think she's at 600, 600-ish now.
Okay. So if T-Hawk doesn't come out, he has lethal, but she has recoveries still. She has 2 recoveries.
Actually, she used one. She did use a recovery not too long ago. So that's why I'm saying she's actually about 600 right now. But she has to go T-Hawk no matter what, because you don't want to be a sitting duck.
Yep. Okay, there you go. T-Hawk. That makes sense. Good play. Good read. Oh, he's making mistakes. Yeah.
It's fortunate that
playerzero could have won this.
He still can.
It's fair, but it's there's. I don't know. I'm not feeling.
Yeah, some of these plays are questionable. I mean,
he's got no area, right? And besides the bubble, and he does have a bubble, right? She's gonna lose T-Hawk right now. He has the bubble, so he has lethal damage. What he needs to do is put out 2 BDTs, then put out a bubble, then hit with the Elect Dragon. If that happens, he wins this round.
But that's not.
See if he's patient. Well, see if he's patient. We don't know.
He didn't take the slow gauge either, so that's not going to give him the most amount of time to do that either.
That's correct. That's correct. You want to be able to do slow gauge after fast gauge, and she hasn't used fast gauge yet. So he's all playing correct.
Okay.
Salad's doing her calculating. Peering into the future.
She knows that 2 BDTs and a bubble is lethal, and she knows that only 2 were used so far out of the 3.
Yeah.
So she's actually playing. Oh, there goes the last recover. There's the fast gauge.
She's got HP. This is good.
He's gonna hold it. He's gonna hold it. Just throw out a BDT. Oh no!
Remember when I said you gotta have 2? That's why you don't do that. And that is game probably. I'm saying that's game.
I'm saying that's game 2. You only have Tengu. You only have a slow gauge. You have no area.
She's got no chips though. She has to just buster him down. She has to buster him down, and she has a little bit more than twice his HP. But she's got shields. Yeah.
She does have shields.
That's GG. That's GG, I think. We'll see.
Could you imagine if
Hub always be patient. When you control, what was that?
I said, could you imagine if Hub gave you Reflect instead of regular shield? That'd be ridiculous.
That'd be good. I'd like that. Reflect's really fun to use. It's hard to fit into an NCP.
Yep.
But when you're in a situation like this, and when you like own the state of the game, you can't throw it away. Like, he's in such a safe space. Salad has no forward area control. She can't go T-Hawk. She hasn't uninstalled him. All she can do is try to survive and buster things out. But
here comes the Tengu.
Yeah, I mean, you can Tengu and you can pull people and stuff like that, but yeah, it's GG. Too many wasted bits.
Oh, the bait.
Yeah, GG, and we are on to winners. Is that right?
The grand finals.
Grand finals.
Salad made it all the way to the other side of that trench. She's now on the enemy side. You know, she's looking at everyone in their trench, and she's got a couple of bombs.
Solid has to win twice.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Symes has to win one time, so Solid has the high ground. He's gonna chop off all her arms and legs, throw into the lava. No fun.
No fun. Not fun at all. This is grueling. But Symes, obviously, just having to win one round, even if he fudges this first round, he still has a second chance, right? And that's still a lot of pressure.
100 monies, guys.
100 monies.
There is 100 monies in this prize pool.
That's
If you had Mega Mans, you could have 100 monies.
All you have to do is have Mega Mans, and you would have 100 monies.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's go straight into it. Let's
hop right in.
You. All right. Okay, guys. Here is exciting match numero 1. Okay, straight off the batch, we see standard opening. We got Geddon versus No Shoes. Always strong. Charge Cross. So I was saying before, Charge Cross is really good against Warp Step. Plus, it's got No Shoes. So Fast Gauge is going to do a little bit, but I think for the most part, we're just going to see Charge Cross do damage. Solid has no water. There's a lot of these crosses just have like Imputiny versus Solid. Charge Cross also makes it harder to land the Beast Rush.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's all over the place. And so we got anti-damage come up first. We're going to have Geddon come down second. She's got no area control, so charge is free. There's no way to counter that. And he's just going to... Oh, life orb. Okay. Just as I say, there's no way to counter that. Yeah. Just let it happen.
So
just let it happen.
I already knew what was happening, boy. That's it.
So that was a correct decision versus Solid. That's the exact right spot to stand. It's going to hit. Doesn't have enough time to follow it up with a charge shot, because...
Nope.
Yeah. And now we're going to see... Wind Rack. Okay, so we're just seeing regular things. Solid only has Judgmans and Standard Navies. So that anti-Navi probably doesn't have to come out yet. I wouldn't put it out yet. And
I wouldn't bring it out either. Yeah, using it this early on in the match, and then having drawn anti-damage, and then you're going to be in a situation where you lose the anti-damage for no reason. Especially since Solid's she's going to safeguard those chips, because they're utility. Yeah. She needs them.
Yeah. Take them. Take the...
I take both of them. Yeah. I take Protoman and
I would take both of them. Yep, I would take both of them, and the reason I would take both of them is because she has, like, all the antis and stuff, and it's just, punch through. You got a slow gauge turn.
Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Yo, we saw that on stream. Okay, so basically what happened just now is Solid was able to dodge the wind hitbox, right? With Warp Step. That's ridiculous, yo! Hold on, yo! That's so crazy. This is
another reason. If he had taken the double, like, not that that's something you expect, right? That happens in like 5% of matches. But if you'd taken the double navies, you'd have another 500 damage of stuff that turn. We'll see if it matters. So far, it hasn't mattered. Also, these are other reasons why B code is just absolutely fantastic. Okay, he's mash war.
Yeah.
Oh, fighting game reflexes.
Yo,
how many can he do? She's going LR.
Yeah.
Oh, and he uses the fanfare. Okay, so check this out. He has used a TFC chip, and then the turn ended. So if he opens with a TFC chip, it will be used instead of the other chip. I'm pretty sure. So it'll auto use area grab at the beginning of this turn.
It should.
Maybe not something you want to do. Yeah, but if he doesn't, I think it uses the fanfare. We'll see how it goes. I don't remember. We're all learning something right now.
Oh man, jeez, yo, I'm still on that dodge. That I've actually only seen that like once since I've been here, bro. That's rare. Yo, people, I forget there's a hitbox for the wind, right?
Yeah.
Yikes, dude. Actually, talking about the hitbox, is it similar in function as to how the Tengu back B works? Is that what it's supposed to look like? Those little gusts, right? Is that the hitbox coming down the columns?
I'm not smart enough to tell you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That's how I envision it. It's like you kind of dodge around those gusts, but we don't see it. So.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so
this is a lot of thinking turn. Do we DC? Do we sing? What's going on?
I think
it
just froze. I think it froze. Okay, it's back. All right. So what is Salad thinking? Right? Oh, she
okay. She beats out. Fanfare does come out. Okay, so Fanfare comes out. It's got Wind Rack. Doesn't really need it.
Sucks it up, of course. Nice. See, being patient is always rewarded. Being patient is always rewarded.
And then he's got the 50-50s on here. He's got the 50-50s. He's hit 1 out of 3 so far.
Judge Man came out just.
I would have held. I think I would have held the anti-Navi.
Navi? I think that I would have too.
Because. Yeah, once she knows what it is, it stops being useful. And. I mean, it's not a huge deal, right? He had a partial grab. It wasn't that like significant.
Oh yeah. But that grab would have been one less area grab you needed to pressure with Slash, right? So it's like I don't know. Again,
it's hard either way because she's got warp step, right? And so
true.
No matter what the partial grab is, she's got pretty safe. Like warp step's really useful, and this is one of the reasons that I like Dustig with bugs because like being able to control which bugs you maintain is like really impactful. Helps versus BDT, helps versus machine guns, helps versus dragons, helps versus like all these chips that are normally like very accurate.
It's like it's a comment that's thrown around very often. You know, bugs are a feature, not even a downside in my opinion. You know, it's extra content for you.
Okay, so she's just stepping forward, backwards. So in a situation like that, if they're forward, backwards stepping, I would honestly just throw grabs or throw slashes while they're like jumping into them, and wait until they get lazy. Another patient thing. I mean, you have so much time in slow gauge. Just like make sure things that you want to happen.
Okay, so here's what I would do. In all honesty, right? I would have beasted out and took the Kernel Force, and I would have took a.
No. You have slash cross. You want to maintain slash cross. This is very very big. Remember, like Symes has the tempo advantage.
Yeah.
Every single turn that goes by, even if he doesn't accomplish anything, she loses a turn of beast, and he like still has all of his stuff.
Makes sense.
She also lost dust, which means her beast turns like aren't as scary. This is very ideal.
Do you think it was worth the trade? Do you think it was worth the trade losing all that damage from going into Tengu just to get rid of the aura? She had to do that?
I mean, she only lost 160 HP. Right, because you only take time C one time. I think it was worth it. I think that she didn't follow up correctly.
Okay.
I'd have to go through play by play. I was kind of just like looking at high level. But I feel like she could have connected the Destroy Pulse if she did chip combos better.
Okay. Yeah, Destroy Pulse and J-Code Rush is really... It's not as easy as it sounds, right? You think press A button win, right?
No, but like honestly, that's kind of how it works. If they have anti-damage up, it connects. If they don't have anti-damage up, it probably connects. Like if you whiff your beast and you jump inside of them and you invis them and like you still connect with the next shot. Like there's not a lot of. The hard part is knowing when to go beast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really in making sure Destroy Pulse connects. Like most of that runs for you. Beast Rush in general, like mostly runs for you. But it does put a lot more pressure on your custom turns and like which crosses you pick. Which is where Salad's really good at. I think Salad actually is the like her skill set is the best at deciding how the turn's going to play out. Like she has really good like mechanics and like delivery and stuff, but like a lot of players do. I think Salad spends more thought on turns than most players.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. She definitely wants to sit down and be like, okay, what are my options? I have more than one. Let me count what they are. Right?
Also, something to think about here. This is, I think, one of the first times Salad has gone up with as host, and you'll notice that she's doing a lot better at like stepping charge shots and stuff.
Being host is really important for just having more control, more priority in your button pushes, and it's just and it's not just an online thing either, and I think it's important to point that out. That does happen in the Game Boy Advances in real life too, with the link cable.
Yeah.
So it's
with link cable as well, or is it only with
it's with link cable as well. I
wireless
did test
adapter?
that. It's with link cable as well, yeah. Because a link cable, the way it works, it's player 1 and then there's player 2, so it still registers you as a host of right.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so you would think, oh, that's just desyncing or things not adding up on Hamachi, and it's really not. It's actually how the game works, even in person, which is really interesting.
Okay, so Salad is turning her hamster wheels. What do we got here? What is the plan? How do I escape this? The area control is really impressive versus Salad because she only has Judge Man and Windwrack to escape from it. So she's thinking, is he going to go cross? Is he going to go like beast? Like there's a lot of threat patterns right now that would be really disastrous for Salad. Like even just like a Q-Force right now, like that's a lot of damage.
How do I stop that? Do I go T-Hawk here? But he's in charge, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it, and it's so scary because he's in the advantage state, and he's lower on HP, but he's in the advantage.
Well, he's only taken 250 damage.
Yeah.
She's taken 400 damage. That's significant.
Here comes the Life Orb. This is something interesting with Life Orb too. If you charge tackle into an object,
an object,
you lose your orb. Like I hate that so much. Oh, he's gonna lock her down?
No, he's not. Why would he lock her down? It's dust.
It's
dude.
dust. Oh, dude, you're right.
You're getting too excited. Now, what he could have done though, is place it down and then use the delay from it. Like if he'd done it in a different order. To
the wind back there. It is very nice. She had it. Immediate back beat. Immediate.
Yeah.
She's so smooth with it, yo. Immediate back beat. Yikes, dude.
Okay, slow gauge is already in effect. Anti-Navi won't be helpful here. Proto Man won't be helpful here. Like, I mean, it's not bad, right? It's 290. It's 290, but yeah, just like keep going, charge cross. There's nothing to worry about. Keep going, charge cross.
I'm fine as is. Like, that's another thing too. A lot of newer players like that have difficulty with is if you're ahead, right, and things are working out the way they are right now. Why change?
Yeah. Make them pay for it.
Right, make them pay for it.
And
make them commit.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that is so significant when you have passive buster stats and your opponent doesn't. Like, it's not just that like you can't do as much damage per turn. They don't have to make the turn change, and so you're always playing. Like, if you're playing against somebody smart, and Symes is smart. Like, Symes is in winners. He's doing a great job. Like, if you're playing against somebody smart, they're gonna make you spend resources at every step of the way, and it hurts. And we see Salad here down 1200 HP versus Symes' 250, and like, there's reasons why.
Exactly. He's actually playing this very well. I don't see this. There's been little to no mistakes on his end, and Salad's too, really. But it's just the play that she's playing against, the play that she's dealing with.
He stepped the pulse.
He stepped into the pulse. No.
He did the positive. He stepped the first pulse, and Salad only had one. So you're supposed to do a double chip setup. You're supposed to do Windwrack, pulse, and then Distraction Pulse. Like that's the combo.
Not the opposite way around. Not Pulse, Wind Rack, Destroy Pulse.
Wind Rack first in case they have Life Aura.
Sure. Okay.
Then Pulse in case there's anti-damage underneath, and then Distraction Pulse. And then that way, the only way they can survive it is if they have Life Aura and Step, or if they Step both. But like that's super super rare.
Yeah, that's really hard to do.
If even a single anti-damage goes off, like if anti-damage goes off on the Wind Rack, like you step into them or like whatever, the rest of it auto hits you.
Oh no, Saddle. Oh, don't move. Yeah,
No,
don't move.
It's done. It's done.
There it is.
Is done. And we have the new crowning champion Symes with some portion of 100 monies.
100.
That's
monies?
great. Supreme
Wow.
champion. That's actually what Symes looks like in real life.
In real life. There it is.
Yeah.
After going
Symes.
through the entirety of the Swiss bracket, fighting off all the way from a lot of basically the pool of death through the top 8, just an amazing set of net battles. Our new net battle champion is Symes.
Yo, you know what? Symes may have won, but he didn't dodge wind hitboxes. Okay, like I'm sorry. Like, yo, hold on, man. Like he didn't do that, you know.
No, I want to be explicit though. That final match was incredibly tight. I only saw like playing Salad always has a lot of there's like difficult choices to make, and I don't think that like it was Symes' match to lose, and I think Symes didn't lose. So great job.
He maintained his advantage. He was aware of what his opponent had and the options she had. He played that really well. I can't. There was nothing in the play where I was like, why did he do that? You know, it was nothing like maybe that's another way.
Except for the one turn with the SP Navis. The SP Navis I would have done differently. But
oh yeah, sure, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I would have took
just like minor little like
nuances. But for sure, yeah, that was really tight.
Megamon, like whatever.
Tomato, was it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Congratulations to Symes, man. That was really optimal, really tight play, man. For sure.
And that is going to... go ahead.
MMX, what is our next tournament that is on the, people should know about, should think about, should start practicing for it? Do we know?
We do not have dates yet, but we are planning on Season 4 of the N1 Grand Prix for 2020, so keep an eye out for that. As of right now, there is a potential of the New Moon cycle starting up at some point, but as of right now, there isn't anything in the pipes. Yeah. But if you do want to learn how to play a net battle, join up on the Discord at discord.n1gp.net.
Let me talk a little bit about New Moon before we shut this off. So, I said before, we do have a format called New Moon. It's really great for new players, actually. It's one of the reasons that they called it New Moon. Basically, you show up, you have any folder you want, you get to play against people. There's a lot of different skill levels that join up, and then also, because we do streams of matches and stuff, you get feedback from people like me, people like Salad, people who know how to play. It's a really, really way to pick up high-level play if that's something you're interested in. And if it's not something you're interested in, it's also really a good way to just meet people and have games. So check it out. I don't know when that starts, but we'll post about it. So join the Discord. Cool. Thanks for showing that, everybody.
Yep, and I want to give a special shout out to our commentator staff. Thank you, Disco, SoulXCross, Eurasia, and everyone who tuned in to the N1 Grand Prix Yumland Cup.
Come on. Toph was here.
Toph was
wonderful.
Here.
Was a wonderful caster. Had a great time.
It was his first time, yeah.
It was
not first time casting. Yeah. First time ever casting. Has never touched video games before.
Yep, this first time. And did excellent, in my opinion. Yeah, for sure.
I said
shout out to Toph.
But yeah, definitely. So thank you all for tuning in. Again, like I said, I want to give a special thanks to all the commentators, everyone who helped volunteer make this happen, Mars for managing the VODs, as well as Salad giving feedback for the event as a whole. If you want to, give us a follow on Twitter at N1Grand. Follow the Twitch here at where you're at right now at N1GP, and of course the Discord as well. Thank you all for your time, attention, and we hope you help us bust some viruses.